Welcome to Brown's Neighborhood, where Daniel Butchie Brown is the host. Welcome back to Brown's Neighborhood Podcast. Well, we trying to keep everything real and live. Because I got questions, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get to get questions on him too much because he know how to tell the story by himself. But these stories need some questions to them. And I'm here to ask these questions now. You know what I'm saying? So, Brother Moon, welcome back, man.
Thank you, Brother Brown.
Man, y'all looking good. Y'all make a brother want to live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You better take care of yourself, man.
Yeah, man.
Life is short.
Yeah. Y'all make a brother want to live. You know, you looking good. You see people in their 70s looking good. You be like, man, you better change your diet, boy.
Yeah. Start working out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Do a little something. You know?
So, Brother Moon.
Yes, sir.
Growing up on that east side, when you finally learned what was going on, how old were you? Because I want to know a little bit more about the avenues.
Okay.
The avenues started when you were about how old?
I'd say about between the age of maybe 13, between the age of 13 to 15, somewhere. And I don't remember the exact time, but I was the younger brother of one of the original founders.
So what made them start the avenues?
I really don't know. It was four guys that was kind of like running the neighborhood. Grew up. My brother was one, Buzzard, David Stephens, Shelby Sanders, Teddy Bear was another one, and Donnie Boy was another one, and Craig Monson was the other one. Those are the four original founders of the avenue. It was no one leader. Nobody led the other three guys, And
so about how old were they?
16, 17, 18 in there.
Did they all go to Fremont?
Yeah, they
all of them?
My brother went to Fremont and Reese because he got kicked out, before I got there. So he went there and Reese.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So.
Did Bear go to Fremont?
Yeah, Bear went to Fremont.
What about Craig?
Craig went to Fremont.
He did?
Yeah.
Donnie Boy?
Donnie Boy went to Fremont.
They did?
Yeah.
But they didn't play on no team or nothing.
No, it was all fighting. It wasn't a team for us like track or basketball. It was a team like if you get in some shit or a fight, you hear Avenue, and the whole group would come together and start fighting,
beating up folks. You think they was getting beat up, or they was beating people?
No, they wasn't getting beat up. The reason that I know they wasn't getting beat up because we would go to everybody else's neighborhood.
What?
Nobody wouldn't come to our neighborhood. Petey will tell you. We would walk to Fremont, Swartzman Park, Real Rogers Park at the time they changed to
Ted Watkins.
Ted Watkins. But we would walk off and to house parties, different places, all in Watts, on the other side of Compton. But you ask people, did you go over there on Hooper over there? No, man, I wasn't going over there. I liked the girl over there, but I wouldn't go over there. Yeah. Guy told me he liked Deborah Mack, light-skinned, high yellow, Igor's sister. He said, man, but I was scared to come over there and talk to her, but...
Might run into one of them avenues.
Yeah.
So check this out, man, because I want to know. When did they start driving iron,
They started driving iron at around 14 and 15.
Is that right?
Yeah. 14 and 15 there, because Donnie Boy had his house was right by Russell. If you come out of that back gate in Russell and hit that alley, his house is right there on the alley, and he had a garage in the back. And they would go in the garage, Raymond Washington, Boo, his brother, Bear sometime, my brother sometime, some other people from the Avalon Gardens even coming over there lifting weights. This guy.
So they was driving iron together.
Yeah. William Yates, Knife. They used, yeah, he was another one. Victor Adams stayed over there on Chris Street. Yeah. He was another. They used to call him Voodoo. But it was
Did Craig ever come over in there?
Craig Monson? Yeah. He was one of the biggest ones over there. He was bigger than Donnie Boy. He wasn't taller. He was bigger, stockier, with bigger arms, and stockier. But Donnie Boy was taller, And Bear he wasn't as defined as them, but Bear was a naturally big guy. And he wasn't as muscular as Craig and Donnie Boy, but he was strong,
Bear was strong.
Yeah, he was strong. I'd tell you somebody that was real strong for their size.
Who was that?
Yates. William Yates.
Knife.
Yeah, Knife. He didn't have the muscles, the definition, like he had kind of like a wide build, but kind of not really.
So
cut.
was Yates an Avenue?
Yeah, Yates was an Avenue.
He was?
He was like one of the younger people in the Avenue. Because he wasn't as old as them. Raymond wasn't as old, Yates wasn't as old, I wasn't as old, Boo wasn't as old, Victor Adams wasn't as old.
But Yates became one.
Yeah, he became one.
Well, why you never became one?
For what? I guess I was one because I would get in there and, scrap. But I was basically trying to chase girls, trying to get this wet. See what I'm saying? And
trying to get what wet?
That little thing, I'm trying to rub that on that little slit. You know what I'm saying? I was chasing girls. I was never buffed until I went to jail. I wasn't buffing on the street. They was doing that. I was chasing girls.
So when they was at the Mont, did they get any size when they was at Fremont?
Yeah, they not as big as they did become,
right.
But they was big once they got, from lifting weights. They was bigger than the average person that wasn't lifting weights. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so you would see them and you would think they've been to camp or they've been to juvenile hall, they've been to jail somewhere because they had muscle.
Did they run together at Fremont?
Yeah. Matter of fact, it was a big tree in the quad. Everybody used to meet under that tree in the quad.
Avenue.
Yeah, Avenue. Yep. Right there in the quad.
Did they know who they was?
Who?
People at the school.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they knew who they was because they was fighting up there at the schools, at the record house, at the skates. When they would skate up there, they would start fighting. And you'd hear, Avenue, and...
And they come together?
Yeah, they would come together,
Well, man, a guy named Spody came on here.
I know Spody.
Spody said he was taking people's leather jackets.
Craig Monson is the one that started that. That stuff you hear about the Palladium, how they was taking leather jackets, that's not the first. And Craig started that. You know what I'm saying?
Is that right?
Yeah, Craig started that. Because a lot of people don't know this, but I know because I was in the area. Craig, Teddy Bear, and all them, they was right in the same area as Bunchy Carter, right? Mm-hmm. Bunchy Carter was a Black Panther that wore the black leather jackets and the tam. Mm-hmm. So since the Avenues was younger, they wanted to dress like the Panthers. So they have the leather coat and the Hamburg hat, not the tam. But that's why they started taking the leather coats, because they wanted to emulate the dress code of the Panthers. But they was young, they wasn't really Panthers.
Right.
But Bunchy lived in that area. So they knew Bunchy was a Panther, and they knew Bunchy's pull he had, so they wanted to emulate that with that leather coat and stuff. And a lot of people don't know this. Hispanic people, the Black Panther, they had a group called the Brown Berets that wore the brown leather jacket and the brown tams, the Mexicans. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of Mexicans don't even know that because it's not taught in school. They don't want you to know nothing positive about your culture.
And what's the name of it?
The Brown Berets.
The Brown Berets.
The Brown Berets.
Was a Spanish group.
Was a Spanish that wore the brown leather jacket and the brown tam, just like the Black Panthers.
Wow.
Yeah. See, you ain't gonna hear that because they ain't gonna teach you that. They ain't gonna tell you that. They don't want you to know that. But I know because I remember that. And I remember them. The new Panthers we got now is nothing like the originals.
So
No.
how did Bunchy become so?
He was charismatic. He was a hell of a fighter. You know what I'm
Was
saying?
he?
Shit. Bunchy ran the neighborhood. Bunchy was the leader of the Slausons before he became a Black Panther.
I wonder how somebody become the leader.
I guess if you the best fighter of the group, or the rest of them follow, it's the same principle with Raymond Washington. When he went to these different areas and he fought different people, now you follow me because I beat up your leader, so now I'm the leader, right? Because
Wow.
I downed your leader. So now we gonna follow you. So if you got that type of fighting skills, people gonna follow you.
I think Bunchy
He
knew how
had
to
that.
fight.
He had that. He was the leader of the Slausons. And at the time, the Slausons was the biggest black gang in L.A. They had Watts, they had Slauson, they had businessmen, and they had the gladiators. But once Bunchy, when Huey Newton and Bobby Seale came from up in Oakland and came down, they went to the biggest black gang leader in L.A., which was Bunchy, and he went to the Black Power movement, the Black Unity. And a lot of people don't know, the Black Panther Party is the first one that started the free breakfast program for kids that's hungry going to school, and the acupuncture to get you off drugs. See, they don't want you to know that, see? But that's what really
I
happened.
wonder who in the heck was giving them acupuncture.
I don't know who, but the Black Panther Party started that.
Is that right?
Yeah. They ain't gonna teach you that though. They ain't gonna teach you nothing positive about any black militant groups because they want you to see them in a negative light. All this marching and we shall overcome, and that ain't gonna work. It never has worked. Only thing that's gonna work is armed revolution. That's it. Think about it. Nobody ever conceded power from you marching, did they? No. No. It came through force. It's force. That's what created the change. Force. Not peaceful marching. No, that ain't gonna work. Because you ain't able to overcome yet. And you've been marching since King was gone. And you still ain't overcome because you ain't gonna get there. Because they gonna make sure you don't. So it's time for you to wake up and recognize that's not going to work. We need another plan. See? And part of that plan is us not hating one another.
Wow, yeah.
Us coming together. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the plan. But until we recognize that we hate ourselves here in America as black people, you hear black people all the time, I'm going to kill that nigga, I'm going to kill. Okay, well, wait a minute. Just because he looked at you a certain way or he got on a different color, that's something that's been engineered for us to do each other like that by the powers above.
So we must come together.
We must come together.
At any means necessary.
At any means necessary. Nobody else is going to do it for us. Nobody else. So we got to stop this killing of one another.
Hatred towards
one
another.
The hatred towards. Because what do you hear? I'm going to kill that number. No, man, wait a minute. Pump your brakes. Your real enemy ain't that brother. Your real enemy is the powers above you that's got us fighting one another, killing one another. And that goes for killing brown people too. The black and the brown. They got the black and the Mexicans fighting one another, so we don't have to worry about them.
I wonder what's making it so hard for us to come together.
To recognize?
Yeah.
I think we need more OGs to get out there and spread the word to the youngsters. And the youngsters is the one that's going to be the future. And so we got to guide them so we can have a better future.
Right.
You know, we got to guide them because
we got to put out the message and not put out the gangster mentality.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The gangsters are talking about unity, but we can't try to unify and be gangsterish all at the same time. I'm not saying represent anything weak, but we can't put it where we trying to save young folks.
Right.
Because a lot of them, if they older, you done ran your race.
Right.
And we ain't trying to get them to run the same race.
Exactly. Because a lot of them won't make it. I tell people that say, well, you did it and you seem to be okay, but that don't, look at all the people that fell by the wayside. That's dead, that's gone, that's pushing a shopping cart now.
Well, what people have to realize today is how things was then is not how they are now.
Exactly.
Because, you know, we dealing with things that are unseen, you know what I'm saying? You used to see hatred.
Right.
You can't see hatred now. You know what I'm saying?
It's disguised.
Hatred is...
It's disguised.
Smiling at you now.
Yeah.
And ready
patting
to
you
cut.
on the back. And while they stabbing you in the back.
It's just the way it is. But we, like you say, the OGs have to. Especially for some of the stronger, tougher guys. Because that's who they're going to look up to.
Right.
Then we get out of that, save one. It is one.
Right.
But we got to save more than one.
Right. We got to save groups at a time.
You know what I'm saying?
We can't just focus on one.
And not just in L.A. This is Chicago, New York, Florida, Arizona,
all over the country.
All over. We got
all over the country.
We got to make changes. And it starts right up here in our head.
To recognize that your brother ain't your enemy. That to recognize if you want to be a gangster, get gangster with the people that get gangster with you.
Yeah,
the people that really hate you.
Yeah, but see, like I said, they can't recognize it now. They used to could recognize it. It's unrecognizable because it's coming at you a different way.
And we don't have any black leaders that black community follows. He say a word, and you know what I'm saying? He bring us all together. The last one we got is Farrakhan, and he's real old, you know what I'm saying? Brother Farrakhan.
A lot of people are scared to be leaders.
Right, yeah.
Because they come with a weight now. They come with a weight, and you can't be a coward at being a leader.
No, you can't.
Whatever it may be, it don't. You know, it's gonna come with a little bucket,
right?
Because some people don't want to see these leaders. You know what I'm saying?
No, they want the status quo.
Yeah,
they want the status quo.
So Moon, when you got to Fremont, did you have to do any fighting at Fremont?
Not really.
So you went through the Mont without that?
Without really fighting, because the people that I knew got there ahead of me. Bear was there ahead of me. My brother was there.
So they was like, leave him alone.
So they was, that's Buzz's little brother. But Bob was Bear's little brother, you know what I'm saying? Robert Monson was Craig's little brother, you know, they called him tall. When you was coming there and they had a reputation already,
leave them alone.
Don't fuck with them.
Leave them Avenue brothers.
Yep, that's them Avenue, them weightlifting niggas over there.
Did they have a reputation for weightlifting?
Yeah, they were, like I said, they was buffed on the street, and if you saw them, you thought they just got out of jail because they was lifting weights on the street.
Well, Donnie Boy, you know, I don't get to hear a lot about Donnie Boy. So Donnie Boy, you know, what he got into? You know what I mean?
He's the one who had the garage where they was lifting weights at. I was locked up at the time. Craig says Raymond, because Raymond Washington used to be over there too, and Raymond was playing the dozen. Craig says he slapped Raymond. He didn't want to hit him with a fist because, you know, he was bigger, but he slapped Raymond. And Raymond said, well, I don't want to be no Avenue anyway. I'm going to start the Crips. And that's when he left from hanging around over there on that side and went over by Fremont and started the Crips.
Is that
over
right?
There. Yeah, over there on that side of by Fremont. Of Avalon.
Is that right?
Yeah. So, and I like I said, I was gone at the time. I was in YTS. You know, I was in YTS from, I think, either late 69 till 72.
So when you got to YTS, what made you start driving that iron then?
Well, because when you get to jail, that's what people do. They buff iron, you know, and try to get big and swole, you know, and, you know, that's what I did, you know. And
did you come out with some size?
I came out about 175. I didn't really get real big till I went the second time. When I came out the second time, I was up to 237 pounds.
And you had some size.
Yeah, I got some pictures where I was on swole.
Yeah, you're going to have to let me get some of them so I can put it so they can see.
Yeah, I got some.
Is that right?
Yeah, I went from on the streets. I was smoking before I went to pen. Right. Once I got to the pen and started eating and built the regular size, I went from half moon back to full moon. You know? Yeah. And then some.
So Moon, how old were you when you first started using?
I would say maybe about 20, 25.
25?
20, about 25, 26.
So who turned you on, man?
This guy that I worked with at Jesse Owens Park it was Sportsman Park then before they changed the name, and he was like a cedar worker. And he would tell me, he said, man, me and Mom, we was up basing all night. They wasn't even selling rocks on the street. This was in like 77.
Right.
1977. They wasn't even selling
about
no
77.
rocks. Yeah, they wasn't even selling no rocks on the street. It was that ether-based shit. Mm-hmm. And he said, oh man, we based all night. So I went to Australia, and the first time I went to Australia, and I came back from Australia, I had about 8,000 or 10,000. So I said, look,
Wait a minute, man. Hold up. What were you doing in Australia?
I went over there to fight.
Hold up. Uh-huh. You start learning how to fight at what age in the boxing?
At about 22.
Well, why in the hell you want to go to smoking cocaine at 25?
Well, I didn't want to go to smoking cocaine at 25. It's when you out there and you got a little bit of money and you party and you doing this, then I got addictive personality. I didn't know it at the time, and I tried it and got hooked on it.
Okay, well, let's go back. Look here.
Uh-huh.
What in the world? You growing up on the east side, right?
Right.
Ain't no gym over there.
No.
But you was just driving down the street and seeing a boxing gym and just wanted to go in there?
No, the way I got into that was I saw a fight on TV with this guy, Rudy the Rebel Robles. He had a gym on 108th and Broadway called Montoya Robles. Jimmy Montoya.
Spanish guy.
Yeah, Jimmy Montoya and Rudy Robles. And Rudy Robles fought Rodrigo Valdez for the WBC middleweight title. So I knew he had a gym over there, right? But
by watching TV.
Right, but wait, let me back up.
Back the hell up.
Let me back up.
Back up.
The first gym I went to was Hoover Street, 78th and Hoover.
How old were you?
I was 22 years old.
How did you end up at Hoover's gym? Because you ain't from that side of town.
No, it don't matter. I'm not scared to go to somebody else's backyard. So I go to Hoover Street gym.
But I'm just gonna go over to Hoover Street gym for no reason.
No, I'm going to learn to hit the speed bag and see how.
What made you want to hit the speed bag?
Because I had a speed bag at home, and I want to see how good I am, in the ring.
What made you get a speed bag at the house?
Because that was part of what we did, lifting weights too, hit speed bags and hit heavy bags. So that was part of the workout that we did.
So y'all was hitting heavy bags?
Heavy bags and speed bags. Right.
At the house?
At the house. I had a speed bag at the house.
Y'all acting like y'all want to do some damage.
And that's how I wound up at Hoover Street. But Hoover Street threw me in there.
Look, Moon, you hitting the speed bag at home.
Right. I'm just get out of jail. I'm got a little size. I'm gonna go in this gym and see how much I know from this street fighting, 1-2 on the street. I want to see how good I can institute that in the gym.
Something gotta hit our minds. What hit your mind to do it?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
you
I
didn't
want to
see nothing on TV.
I saw it on TV, and it looks like when you see it on TV, you can say, "Oh, I could do that."
So who told you what a 77th Street gym was?
Oh, I knew Bear and Craig Monson went over there when they was teenagers. They used to go over there.
And do what?
They try to box, but they never went anywhere with it.
So they did go over there.
Right, they would go over there. Matter of fact, Craig's hands were so big, I remember they couldn't get the gloves on.
See, Craig had some big hands?
Yeah, had some big hands, But I
can see why if he slapped somebody and he got hands that big.
Oh, yeah, he had some big hands. But,
look. Hey, so Craig had hands that size?
Yeah. And that's how I found out about the Hoover Street, because they went there first.
Okay, well, that's what I wanted to know.
Right.
How you just going to, all of a sudden, you just show up at Hoover Street gym?
But when I did show up there, they wasn't training there. They
wasn't through with it.
Right. They never went to the point where they started training. I got to the point where I started training. Soon as I walked in the gym, they got a little little old guy, a lot of little old guys that can tell you, oh, you'll be a heavyweight, you'll be a middleweight, you'll
but
be
you
this.
just wanted to hit the speed,
Right,
man.
but they don't see that. They see you as new meat. See? They see you as new meat. And then, oh boy, you'll make a good middleweight. And naturally, you young, you want to see what you got. And I get in there and I hit the guy with a 1-2, and he beat the shit out of me.
Well, how did you get that 1-2 on him?
Because I'm from the street. What do you mean? I'm street fighting, right? And so he's coming at me. He's one of these little Joe Frazier type niggas. Coming, and I, boom, and his leg buckled, and everybody, ooh, and started oohing and ahhing.
You thought you had him?
I thought I had him, and he went to work on my head. And he beat me so bad, I can't, get this little nigga off me. Man, I'm ready, and they had to pull him up off me, right? And I'm saying, damn, and that let me know this ain't street fighting. This is real boxing. So, and then the next day I come back in and they say, guess what? I say, what? They say, you're going to spar with Felton Marshall again. And I say, oh, okay. He already done bust my nose. They had to pull him off me. So I'm thinking, is this
So how old was Felton?
I don't know. He was a rated fighter, a world rated fighter. He was rated
was?
Yeah, but I didn't know it. I fucked around and hit him, and that's why he whooped my ass. He was rated number 7 in the world.
He was?
Yeah, a middleweight. And they kept putting me in there with him. They even put me in there with Carlos Palomino when he was a
What
WBC
they put you
champion.
in there with them?
Man, that's how Hoover Street is. It's cutthroat. They throw your ass in the deep end. If you can't swim, you drowning. But I didn't know it because I'm from the street, right? I didn't know that. And they put me in there, and finally, after a period of time, it got a little bit easier. And then I stopped at the 7-Eleven, I picked up the Ring magazine, and I saw that guy, Felton Marshall's name, the one that had been blood in my nose that they had to pull him off me. But by the time then, I could kind of hold my own. And I saw he was rated number 7 in the world. I hadn't even had no amateur fights.
Moon, check it out, man. What made you keep going back?
It got easier. He couldn't whoop my ass like he
What
used
made
to.
you just keep going back to the boxing gym?
Because then now I'm able to hit back. I learned after he kicked my ass up for so many months, and then you learn how to hit back. Either you gonna stop or you gonna learn. There's no middle ground.
The reason I asked is this. Somebody only keep going back to something because they either start liking it, they start improving in it.
That's what it was. I started improving. But it's so gradual, so slow, you can't tell. You see what I'm saying?
Is that right?
The only way but somebody that's watching you from the outside, they can say, oh man, you getting better. But you can't tell because it's so gradual. You see what I'm saying? So once I got to the point where I knew he couldn't really whoop my ass like he used to, and I could kind of hold my own, and I saw where he was rated, I said, well, I must be doing something right. That's when I went to another gym. Because
why did you go to another gym?
Because I knew that was cutthroat at Hoover Street. See what I'm saying? I found out that was cutthroat. They would throw you in there. So
But now you improving.
Right, I'm improving through them ass whoopings they giving me. I'm not improving, they saying, okay, do this to make yourself better. I'm improving because I'm getting my ass whooped. And you ain't going to keep getting your ass whooped without learning.
So what made you think about going to the Broadway gym that you finna get better?
Because what made me go to Broadway was I saw Rudy Robles, who was a part owner of that gym. It was Montoya Robles at the time. And he was part owner. I saw him fight Rodrigo Valdez for the middleweight title. So I said, I'm going to explore this other gym, right? Because I knew what was happening in Hoover Street. I went up in that gym, and I met a little old man named Percy Smith, and he said, man, he had a kid that was 12 years old that was big for his age. He said, man, let me see your style. So I was like Mike Tyson because I was strong coming forward, and he said, man, that's not boxing. He said, learn to back up. That's boxing. Let them come to you. Just because you're stronger than a person, don't always be the aggressor.
So you felt you was pretty strong at that time?
Right, because all I knew how to do was come forward. He said, that ain't boxing though. I'm going to tell you, he put me in there with that kid that I told you he was training.
Yeah.
He had been training that kid since the kid was 8 years old. The kid was like 13, 14 years old. I'm a grown man. That little kid kicked my ass. Right.
Even as hard as you was punching?
Yeah, but I couldn't hit him because he was a boxing master. He was dancing, boom, 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 then he grabbed me and dance away. Remember when I said when I came to the gym, all I knew was aggression. I would come forward, right? That ain't boxing. That's aggression. Mike Tyson ain't a boxer. Mike Tyson's a fighter. See, Mayweather's a boxer. See, it's a difference.
So check this out. When you left Hoover Street and you get over there to Broadway,
right?
Did you feel you was in a better place?
Yeah, because now they teaching me.
They didn't teach you over there?
They didn't teach you with shit at Hoover Street. They teach you how to get your ass whooped. They just, in other words, Hoover Street, they wrap your hands and get in there and they say, jab, jab, or something like that. But over at 108th and Broadway, the little old man I met, he started teaching me different moves and how to pivot and how to fight off the ropes and how to grab somebody and tie them up if you don't want to fight.
They ain't had nobody over there.
No,
like
not at
that.
Hoover Street. You just had to learn it on your own. You know, especially a person like me, because I didn't have one of the big time trainers over there. They put me in there, Monroe Brooks, Carlos Palomino, that guy, Feldon Marshall. All these is world-rated fighters. Monroe Brooks had fought with Brother Raymond.
So something had to be good about Hoover if they got world-rated fighters.
Yeah, they got good fighters over there. I'm not saying they didn't have good fighters, but for you to learn over there and you not known like I was,
you was a nobody.
Right, I was nobody until I learned to hit back. That's how I became somebody.
Learn to hit back?
Yeah.
What, you were just letting them hit you?
No, but remember I said I couldn't hold my own with the guy at first?
Yeah.
Once it got easier and easier, now I'm able to hit back. See what I'm saying? Now I'm able to fire back because it's getting easier. Now I know what to do. Now you just can't kick my ass and run me out of the gym. See what I'm saying? So now I can hit back. Now it's getting fun to me because now I'm hitting you upside your head too. See? So, you know, I took the ass whoopings and that I learned through them ass whoopings.
Man.
You know, but I didn't really get the skill level until I got to 108th and Broadway. That's when they started teaching me.
Right.
See, the other way, I was just learning through experience of getting there, fighting, swinging, you know. But once I got to Broadway and that little old man, Percy Smith,
he became your trainer?
Yeah, he became my trainer. And he told me, he said, my fighters fight. It's a lot of guys that go to the gym that just hit the bag and spar and hit the mitts. But when you come, it's time for a fight, they lose their heart. They get scared.
Is that right?
Yeah, because the fight is different than training. Because you got on them little ass gloves, you don't have that headgear on to block them punches, and it's different. See what I'm saying?
Niggas tagging your head.
Yeah, it's tagging, so it's a lot different. So a lot of guys don't have this, but it's kind of like the analogy I use is like a street, and that it's like once you get in there, you're gonna be nervous, but once he go upside your head, two things gonna happen. Either you're gonna, oh no, I got to get this shit back, or you're gonna go into a shell and be defensive all the time, like you scared. You
which way did you go?
Oh, I went like, if you hit me, I'm firing back. But my mindset was, I'm not waiting till you hit me. I'm cracking your ass whether you hit me or not. I told, if you put a baby in there with me and the bell rang, I'm cracking your ass because you in there. So, you know, that's right. I'm cracking you. I don't care if you King Kong. If you get in there and that bell rang, I'm cracking you upside your damn head.
So check this out. How much time did you spend at the Hoover gym?
About a year.
So you did a year over there.
About a year. Yeah,
and then you went over. So you was into it.
Oh yeah, because it like I said, it started getting easier and easier. It wasn't until I got to 108 until I started really learning. That's when I started getting real skillful at it.
After you did a year over there, learned so much, you went to 108.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take before you realized, I'm pretty good?
About maybe about another year.
Another year?
The way what happened was the little old man that I said trained me, Percy Smith. He told me you start off, you have like a 3-round amateur fight, right? So I had like 4 or 5 of those.
So how long were you at the Broadway gym before you got an amateur fight?
Maybe about a year or so.
What?
Yeah, about a year or so.
That's a long time, man.
No, not really, because boxing is just...
Listen to me, Mo. You spent a year over at Hoover.
But I didn't learn shit but how to fight back.
This is what I'm saying.
Right.
But you didn't give up.
Right.
Now you spend another year at Broadway.
Okay.
Before you get an amateur fight.
It might have been a little less.
I know, I'm just still saying, you know, a lot of people be like, nah, give up.
Right, no, I didn't give up, no. And I had a job at the same time. I'm working at Jesse Owens Park at the same time I'm doing this.
So you working and gymming.
And fight. And, you know, after I get off
so
work...
So you was pretty dedicated.
Right. After I get off work at Jesse Owens, I drive down Century, go up to Broadway, hit a right on Broadway, go up to 108, park there and go in there and train from 4 until 6 that evening.
But man, when you find time for these women you love, dude?
Oh, it'd have to be on the weekend or in between fights. Because you can't be messing around with them women and fighting. I did it. That's how I lost a lot of fights. My wife would tell me, wait till after a fight. And I would say, bitch, wait a minute, I'm the one in there fighting. I know what I'm doing. And we'd have sex. And I'd lose the fight, and I'd come back looking all depressed. You say, you lost, huh? I knew you was going to get your ass whooped. That's what she would tell me. And she'd say, see, I told you. And because by me not coming up in the game, this is another thing I didn't know.
Right.
When they say, get pussy whooped, you will. Because sex makes you weaker in that game. You don't know it unless you get in that 4th or 5th round and now you tired. You run out of gas. But it's too late then because that Mexican or whoever's in that other corner, he's on your ass. You know, so it's too late. But
so check this out. Your first amateur fight. Right?
Right.
You get in there.
I KO'd his ass.
What?
Yep. First amateur fight, I KO'd him. Yeah.
And what, the first round?
Second round.
You knocked him out?
KO'd him, yeah.
You thought you...
Then I started doing this. Damn, this shit might work. You know? Yeah. Now I know how to hit back. I took all them ass. Now I know how to hit back.
So who was your trainer? Percy?
Percy, the little old man.
Percy?
Yeah, Percy Smith.
One.
Yeah, the little old man. Huh?
He won an amateur fight.
Yep, won. I only had 8 amateur fights. Yeah, 8 amateur fights. Then he entered me in the National Golden Glove Tournament, right?
Out of those 8 amateur fights you had, how many you won?
I won 7, and lost 1.
So that guy you lost to...
I lost a decision. I didn't get KO'd.
Oh, you lost a decision.
And this was a guy that had been amateur for a long time, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really feel that bad, but I lost that fight. And then my trainer, Percy Smith, by who you in the gym sparring with, right? They can tell what level you at. So he told me, he said, I'm going to enter you in the National Golden Glove Tournament. And I said, okay, you know, you the trainer. He entered me in the National Golden Gloves, which was going to be in Hawaii that year, the National. Yeah, Tommy Hearns was there, Aaron Pryor, Michael Dose, Greg Page. All these amateur fighters have been fighting one another, and they had over 150 amateur fights. Aaron Pryor, Michael Dose, and Greg Page, and Tommy Hearns. Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't there, but Aaron Pryor and all them was there. I only had 8 amateur fights, and I'm there competing within the same division as them.
What?
Yeah. In Hawaii, I got pictures where I'm in Hawaii with one of the ring card girls on the beach kicking it. After I lost the fight, I went and found me some Maui Wowie over there. Because we on the island of Maui, right? I went and got me some Maui Wowie. This was in 77. The 77 Golden Glove.
You was going to try to hit it?
Shit, I did hit it. You remember the song... Got to Give It Up by Marvin Gaye?
Yeah.
That song was out when I was in Hawaii. At that time, Will Chamberlain had a disco right on Waikiki Beach. I'm in the disco smoking weed in the disco.
After you done been in a fight.
Yeah, after I've been in a fight. Because my thing is, I didn't get beat up, right? So we in paradise, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody else is paying for this. So yeah, I'm disappointed that I lost the fight on point, but shit, I'm finna go out and have fun.
So you went the distance.
Huh?
You went the distance.
Yeah, I went the distance and lost the fight. So now we in paradise. I'm seeing Samoan women on the beach and, with string bikinis. And I'm, all this. And I said, man, we in paradise. I'm finna have some fun. So I started.
You was in paradise.
Right. I'm smoking weed.
What was paradise? The name of the place?
No, Honolulu, Hawaii. We in Hawaii on Waikiki Beach.
So this was paradise for you.
Coming from South Central?
Yeah, man.
All I see is the LA River.
Man.
And now we in Hawaii. They had a boat over there at the time, man. The water was so clear, it's a glass bottom boat. You can go out on the boat and see big stingrays and marine life. Out in the ocean, the water's so clear.
Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yeah. I got pictures I can show you on my phone where me and the heavyweight guy that was over there, we in my room at
you
the Hawaiian Sheridan.
So now you get back to California, LA.
And
back training.
Right. He tell me, now since you've been to the Golden Glove, we finna turn you professional.
After one fight?
No, I had 2 fights in Hawaii, right?
Oh, you did?
Right. I had the first one and lost the final. So I lost in the final.
Okay.
Right. So when I get back, he say, now it's time to turn professional. So I'm thinking.
He was ready to turn you professional that quick?
Yeah. So I'm thinking to myself, shit, if I don't stop getting high or take it serious now, I'm finna start getting my ass whooped. Like, that's what I'm thinking. So the first fight I have, I take him out in the second round. I fight this white boy from San Diego, Battling Burt Lee. And he done knocked out
Battling Burt Lee?
Yeah, he a white dude. He done knocked out 6 brothers in a row.
What?
Yeah. I'd lay him out in the second round.
What the
I laid his ass out.
What made you think you could get him?
Well, I didn't know. But once the bell rang, I'm going to do what I've been trained to do. And that's get on your ass, fire. Fire on all cylinders. And if you ain't fighting back, you can't keep me off, then you going to get KO'd.
He couldn't keep you off him?
No, hell no. He couldn't keep me off. And I laid him out. And I went right back. That was like on a Friday, right? Went back to work that Monday, went to the gym that same Monday, trained Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, drove back to San Diego that next Friday, fought again. I did that 4 weeks straight in a month. Come home, go to San Diego, fight, come back that same day, go back that next week and fight again. I did that 4 times in a row, and every one of them I laid them out, all in a row.
What?
Yep, all of them.
It was like, who was this brother?
Yeah, I laid them out. I can show you the article. I was laying them out. I laid out 6 straight. I did that 6 weeks in a row, and I laid out all 6 of them. And the 7th time I went back there, I fought this guy named Steve Delgado, this Puerto Rican. Looked like a brother because he's dark skinned, but he's Puerto Rican. But I had a cold when I did it. And I told the trainer, I'm not, feeling, but he said, oh, you can get through it. And I lost a decision, right? And then I came back and I trained hard. I went back that next week and I beat him,
What?
Yeah, but it was the hardest fight I ever had. The hardest fight I ever had, because I had to fight hard to beat him. But that was the hardest fight I ever had.
And that's when you start making a name for yourself.
That's when I started making a name. And then the little old man that was my trainer, I fought this Mexican guy, Vallejo, and I lost. The little old man, Percy Smith, he said, oh man, you could have beat that guy and this and that, and I'm going to sell your contract. So
what?
Yeah, he wanted to sell my contract.
Why?
because he knew I could have beat that guy that I lost to. But he didn't know I'm smoking weed, and I'm having sex, and I'm doing this. That's why I lost. So he got mad at me, so he sold my contract, and it was a bidding war between Bill Slayton and this white boy named Rick Troxel. Bill Slayton is the one that used to train Ken Norton. Now, I knew the white guy could probably get me more fights sooner, but I know Bill is more of a teacher.
Right.
Right, so I went with him.
You went with Bill?
I went with Bill Slayton, right. And once I went with him, that's when I went to Australia. That's when I started having success. That's when I started traveling.
Did you still see Percy?
Yeah, I still seen him. You know, it wasn't no hard feelings, you know. He told me, he said, Greg, I've taken you as far as I can take you, you know. Wow. And I'm going to sell your contract, you know, to, you know, Bill owns the gym. He knew Bill had connections, and he's the one. That's why I got to go to Australia to fight that guy in Australia. That guy in Australia, he had fought Roberto Duran. He had fought for the world title twice. Had never been knocked down until I put him down. Hector Thompson.
What made you think you can knock him out? Or knock him down?
Well, what made me think that was once I laid out them 6 people, and I looked at this and I said, this shit might work. Right? Because I knew I had power. When you don't know, you know that you a power puncher until you get in there. You don't have to have muscles. You can be skinny, but you don't know you got power until you hit somebody and they go. And then people start going down. You say, damn, well, I'm hitting, I'm doing something, you know? And they say, oh, man, you hit hard. Then once you learn you hit hard and you put all of it on it, and they go to sleep.
So now you coming from South Central.
Right.
You going to Australia.
Right.
You don't know a damn thing about Australia.
No.
Way across the country.
Right.
You wasn't nervous?
No. Because I know once that bell rang, I don't care if the whole crowd is with him. They can't fight for him. They can't take these punches for him. I knew if I hit your ass over a period of 12 rounds or 10 rounds, you either going to sleep or you going to be all lumped up.
Did you have your wind up at that time?
At that time, yeah, because I went to Australia. I didn't have no weed over there to smoke. You see what I'm saying? I'm in the park running in Australia, in Brisbane, Australia, running, and I'm seeing black people hanging around the park, but they Aborigines. They not black like American, but I didn't know it at the time that the white Australians subject the Aboriginal people to second-class citizenship.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. It's just like black people over here. You know what I'm saying? The Aboriginal people over there.
We ain't even second class.
Right. But they were the native people in Australia, the Aborigines. You see what I'm saying? Before the white people came over there. And the Aboriginal people over there, some of them is look like Hispanic, some of them is real dark like black people, and some of them even have real light eyes like the children of the Dam, but they talk with real proper English like the Queen of England.
Is that right?
Yeah, you know, and like I say, hey man, or hey dude, they call each other bloke, something like, hey bloke. You know, I say, what you call me?
And now you come back to California. But you didn't win that fight.
Yeah.
You won it?
Yeah, I put him down twice. I went to Australia. My trainer, Bill Slayton, is telling me, look, man, we ain't going to New York. We ain't going to Vegas. We going out of the country to another country where this is his home country. You can't win by decision. This is what my trainer does. You got to knock this motherfucker out. He's stressing. He's telling me this. While before we get on the plane and as we flying, you can't win a decision. You got to knock.
He got a brother from South Central off Hooper Avenue.
Putting it upside his head.
Been to jail.
Been to jail.
Started fights.
Started fights. Stealing all that.
You ever take cars or?
I used to steal cars. That's how I learned to drive a stick in a stolen car. A Corvette.
So before you got into that, did you know how to drive a stick?
No.
Oh my God.
The hardest thing about driving a stick is the clutch. Because it's really, if you look at a stick, it's in an H pattern. First, second, third, fourth. And reverse either over here or
But did you know that before you got in it?
Yeah, I knew the pattern, but I didn't know how to do the clutch. You know what I'm saying? So I did this. You know how you be doing that little stick shift first until you learn how to let off the clutch. But that's how I learned.
Boy, I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah, we steal cars, man.
Now
every
he gonna
day.
take this kind of kid, a young man, that done all this dirt, taking him to Australia.
You can't limit yourself just because you from the city or poor or whatever. You got to think big.
Were you thinking big?
Yeah, I'm thinking big because I'm saying, I ain't never been to Australia. I don't know nobody in Australia. But, it's the 70s, so...
Most people get afraid.
Of what, though?
Of the challenge.
Yeah, well, see, the challenges against me over in my neighborhood was much greater than that fool in the ring.
Right. Hold on. That's real talk, though.
Right.
That's real talk, but people have to get out of being afraid,
Well,
man.
see, a lot of people are afraid. Like, they won't speak like I spoke on that other thing, but...
What other thing is that, Mo?
That other podcast we did. Remember?
Man, you better speak on it, man.
Yeah, well,
But you gonna give me chopped liver now?
Yeah, no, hell no. That's why I'm back. That's why I'm back. But I'm speaking the negative and the positive.
Yes, sir.
You see?
Yes, sir.
And if it can help you not go through something that I went through, then I'm all for that.
See, and the reason I wanted to come back because I wanted to know more about how did that happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we still at you just in your 20s. We got to get past that.
Right. Okay.
So I just wanted to know more of that. You know, it's a lot of more little things that I was like, man, but I didn't get the meat of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now you come back from Australia.
Right. That's when I but that's when I bought my first ounce of powder cocaine and rocked it up and started partying.
Oh my God.
As soon as I got back from Australia, I bought my wife a Regal, a brand new Regal, and I went out and got me an ounce of chronic, and an ounce of cocaine.
Hold up. God dog, man. You just come from Australia.
Right.
Knocking somebody out.
Right.
You are now on the rise.
Right. But now, by me not being grounded or not coming up in the sport to have somebody say, man, don't get big-headed. You just had this one, don't get big-headed, don't do that.
What in the hell made you go get the powder?
Partying, I want to party. Snorting, smoking, partying. Got
with
big-headed.
who?
With me, Bob, Bear's brother. He stopped coming over my house because he said the shit is too good. The guy that I first started smoking with. Yeah.
He stopped coming over your house.
He said, man, that shit is too good.
I ain't coming no more.
No, I ain't coming over.
Why he want to come over?
Shit, because he know I was going to see Scotty.
You started smoking?
Oh, hell yeah. I was blasting off. I was
And
blasting.
you was a fighter?
I was a fighter and blasting off, And then I kind of left that alone. I did it that one time or whatever. But it was the beginning of the end. I just didn't know it. It
was the beginning of the end. Explain that.
Because I went so far in the drug life that I went off the deep end. You know what I'm saying? I destroyed my marriage.
You destroyed your boxing career?
I destroyed my boxing career because let me back up. What made me stop fighting was I went to Atlantic City, New Jersey, and I fought a guy named Earl Hargrove that was 20-0 with 20 knockouts. And they robbed me on that fight. They stopped the fight without me having an 8 count, without me getting knocked down or none of that. I wasn't cut or hurt or nothing. And They just stopped the fight to try to build his career. And by me not coming up in the game and not knowing that's part of the political side, I said, you know what? Fuck this. I don't need this. I got a job. I'm doing this because I like doing it. I never really had to do it. I did it because I liked it, so I didn't need it. So I stopped going to the gym. And then when I did go back to the gym, I never could develop the same desire, that drive that I had before they did that to me. But had I known this is part of the game and this is what they put you through, I would just regroup, went and retrained, and came back and KO'd his ass. Because the thing about me, if you fight me once and beat me, you better not fight me that second time, because I know what I did wrong.
They wouldn't let you fight him again.
No, well, he didn't. I never could get another fight because I started fucking him. I never went back because I couldn't develop the desire. I didn't know the political side of the game.
Right.
See?
Right.
I didn't know this is part of the shit that you go through, to try to make it to where you trying to get to, Nobody told me that. I was doing it because I liked doing it. I didn't have to do it. I had a job, where I was working for LA County Parks and Rec. So I didn't have to do it. I was doing it because I liked doing it.
So when you bought that ounce and that chronic,
right,
that was the beginning?
That was the beginning of the end.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the beginning of the end.
That's when you started smoking.
That's when I started smoking. People wasn't even smoking on the street then. This was in 77.
How did he know that dope was that good?
How did I know?
I mean, you might have knew, but that Bash brother.
Oh, because he came over when I first got it, and we was hitting it together.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And once he hit it with me, he said, "Oh, hell no. No, I can't do this." We was married to two sisters.
Is that right?
Yeah. I was married to the youngest one. He was married to the older one. And when I would do it,
he recognized that
he recognized this shit is too good. And he stopped. He wouldn't come over my house. And that kind of fractured me and his friendship, because he did tell you, me and Bear's brother Bob, we was like this. We was like this. Like
so let
brothers.
me ask you a question. Did he ever start smoking, or he just...
No. After he did that with me, no, he never started.
That was it.
Right, no, because he knew better. He had more self-control. And he would tell me, but I went all the way off the deep end. And I remember going over his house when after he divorced my sister-in-law, and he was married to this other girl, and he didn't want her to know. And I remember I went by his house.
He didn't want her to know
He didn't want her to know that I was smoking or whatever. Well, she knew I was smoking, but he didn't want. He kind of wanted her to keep her away from that, right? I knew
he wanted to keep who away from that?
Keep this new girl that he had met, his new wife. But I knew.
Why she gonna just go and try it?
Well, no, she wasn't. Not that she was gonna go try it. He didn't want her to know that. I guess the stuff that me and him had did together. You know what I'm saying? And so I would go by his house and say, Bob, and he'd come to the window, and I say, man, throw me down one of them $20 so I can go get me a hit of that shit. And he say, Moon, get your ass away from here. And I say, man, I'm going to keep making noise till your wife come to the window. And he say, here, get your ass away from here. Throw the thing down. Yeah, because he don't want me waking up and neighbors coming to the door and saying, who's that crazy motherfucker out there? Get his ass away from here.
And how old were you then?
Oh, shit, I was in my 30s maybe then. This was after, wasn't no more fighting. This was all stealing and smoking. And
So now you got started smoking. And once you got started smoking, who were you getting it from? What you on there? Who were you getting this?
I was getting it on the other side of Central. Get some.
Man, look, somebody was selling you that.
Right, yeah.
Did you know him?
Let me see who I was getting. I think I got something from Big Jack. I got something from Big Jack. I got something from Herb. I got something from Herb's sister.
What?
Yeah, they was balling. Remember I told you they burnt up the spot that Herb was taking?
I know it.
Yeah,
but so you went over there to Jack?
No, I didn't go to Jack. I went to buy some dope.
From Jack.
Yeah, I bought dope from in the projects and not the Pueblo, but the.
I know you didn't want to mention this certain Negro name.
Yeah, Nickerson Garden. They had the double ups over there.
I know.
Yeah,
you was buying some other drugs. You was buying that cocaine from. I know that nigga you buying it from.
Yeah. Oh, you know him?
You man, look at you ain't mentioning that cat name. I know.
Wait a minute. Who is it?
They live right on your street, right on that street from Jack.
You ain't talking about this building.
What his name?
Steelville?
That's still Bill Crawford. He's a basketball player.
No, you know who I'm talking about.
All right.
I don't want to put him on blast. No, I don't want to put him on blast.
You put Jack on blast?
Well, no, I mean, I didn't get it directly from Jack. I got it from that spot. You know,
from Jack's spot?
Jack ain't the one that handed it to me, you know what I'm saying? I got it from that spot.
That was a wild spot over there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. You remember Foots?
No.
He used to be over there with Jack. He was calling him, what was they used to call that?
Long John.
You know who I'm talking about, huh? Yeah. He used to be over there with Maine and all them.
They call him what?
Foots.
Long John.
Long John. He dead now.
Yeah. They was, like I tell you, man, back in the day, they was killing over in there.
They what?
Shit, they was killing back in there, man.
And they was still hustling?
Hustling, killing, dude, all of it, you know. I used to take cars over there and pawn cars and all type of shit, you know. But
you gonna pawn a stolen car?
I pawned my father's car. You know
my God.
I pawned it.
You pawned your own daddy's car.
That's how bad
But when you was young, you was scared of your daddy.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So you wasn't scared no more?
Yeah, I was scared because, you know, I was just sprung. Didn't know what I was doing.
Did he get his car back?
Yeah, he got it back. Yeah, he
got it back. Get it back?
You know, he had to pay for what I got on credit.
Well, where you get the money from to pay?
From him. Oh,
you gonna pawn his car?
Right, or go steal something, you know.
And then you gonna get the money from him,
right,
to get his car back.
Right. And then you can't get the car. You can't drive the car no more, you know.
No, you
that
get
type of shit. Yeah, I got some stories, man.
Ooh.
I got some stories. The police would chase me and stolen cars over there by where they was at, man.
By where? Who was that, man?
By over there by Jack's spot. I had a stolen car over there, and Central is the dividing line right between city and the county, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm in a stolen car on the city side and I jet to the county side, now I'm on the sheriff's side, right?
They didn't keep following you?
They used to not follow you.
But
now they do. 77 to come on the same side, on the other side of Central, and Firestone to go on the other side.
So you telling me you would be running from the police in a stolen car?
And I'd be running from the police in a stolen car. I don't know if you know Jig Jones.
No, I don't know Jig. I don't know all them people, Moon.
Right. Well, he was in front of the name. Jig had a brother named, he said, you remember Raymond Burns? You remember that name? Raymond Burns? Petey remember? Raymond stayed away by 80th and Central.
Well, you and Petey the same age. Petey gonna remember all of them.
Right, okay.
Because Petey was smoking too.
Right. I remember he was smoking.
You do?
Yeah, I remember he was smoking.
You never smoked with it?
I don't know if I ever did.
Once or twice.
Yeah, once or twice.
Oh, you remember smoking with it?
That's my dog, man. Come on, man.
Man, it's wild. I remember smoking with women that would try to, start taking their clothes off and stuff, and I would say, look, bitch, put that shit back on. Give me another hit of that shit. You be so smart, you be saying, wait a minute, you think me like this, like a little worm and shit. Where'd that motherfucker go? And then, you look at then the broad be doing this on the table, like she ain't doing nothing, trying to feel crumbs.
Look, Moon. Some of these cats is using it to get the woman to screw.
Yeah, but what do she look like? Look at some of them. Look at some of them ones that they get.
Some of them take the woman, lock up in the motel. He ain't coming out because he's scared.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once he go in, he got enough drugs that he ain't coming out to the next day till the sun come up because he's scared to come out.
Right. Well, you don't want to be running back and forth. You think you're going to get cracked. You know what I'm saying?
He sure wasn't to go come out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, you and B a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Partners.
Yeah. Yeah. Me, you
That's
remember
my
Larry?
dog, man. That's my dog.
You remember Larry that used to skate for the roller derby?
Larry Hamilton.
For the T-Birds?
Yeah.
Larry Hamilton.
Yeah, me and him. Me and Herb done been on missions.
What Herb?
Herb that you been talking to him. Me and Herb done been on a mission before.
My Herb was smoking.
Man, ask Herb. Herb would tell you, man.
Man, Herb act like he ain't smoking nothing.
Man, Herb would tell you, man. Ask him, pull him to the side and say, man, Moon told me about that little TV shop on Wadsworth in Manchester.
The TV shop?
Yeah. Where they used to have all them TVs out there by the window schnitzel? You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been all up in that motherfucker.
What?
Man, all up in that motherfucker.
What is Herb doing running with you? Oh, I guess y'all from both
we was blasting off. We was blasting. Man, I used to have a van that had a propane tank on the outside, man. The police would see that van at every dope house in LA, and they would pull me over as soon as I leave the dope house, right?
Yeah.
And search all the beds and the stove and the refrigerator.
In the
all
van.
the time, the dope was on the outside in the propane tank. See what I'm saying?
They couldn't find it.
They couldn't find it. And they said, dang, I know they was frustrated. And so finally, one time, they brought some dope and planted it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they planted some dope and took me to jail. And yeah, I had a diversion for it. But yeah, man, they never could find it. They knew that van. They knew I was smoking. You know what I'm saying? Because they would see it at different dope houses. And when they see you leaving the area, oh, this man left, you know.
So, Brother Moon, you went to jail a second time. For what?
For knocking the dog's teeth out and commercial burglary is what the original charge was. And then when they sicked the police dog on me, I knocked his teeth out with a lead pipe. And
Up under a house or something?
Yeah, I was hiding under a house, and they were saying, "Come out, or we gonna send the dog in." And my crimey Bleep's brother, Benny's brother, right? Benny's brother. Nathan said, Moon, I'm going out, man, because they going to send the dog in. And I said,
Did he go out?
Yeah. I said, man, I got this pipe. He said, man, no, I'm going out. So he went out, and they gaffed him up, and then I thought it was gone. Then the next thing I hear is, whoo, whoo, whoo. It's getting closer and closer.
So, Moon, the police is out there.
Right.
You think they just gonna leave you under there?
I didn't know. You know, I'm not coming out on my own. I'm gonna shit. Right. I'm hoping that they figured that he was by himself. But as I hear the dog getting closer and closer, I knew they finna send the dog. So like I told you, I used to melt shit on my pipe, right? So I know the dog is coming. So I raised up and blasted off. You know
under the house?
Up under the house, yeah.
While the police waiting on you?
Yeah, while the police is coming with the dog. Because I know that they finna send the dog. So I gotta speed up now because I ain't took no hit. So I took this last hit and sped up and woke up. And as soon as the dog came over there, bang, yow! I served him, you know, with a lead pipe across his muzzle. And he looked at me like, nigga, you hit me. And I said, that's right, and I fired again. And he took off running. Ooh, 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 ooh. And the police said, I'm gonna shoot you if you hit my dog. And come on out. So I said, man, I'm coming out. You better hold the dog. And I crawled out, and they started stomping me all in the back and, you know, all this shit, and got me in the car and shit, and charged me with assault on a police dog and a commercial burglary. And while we in court, they had a bag of dog teeth, you know, looked like rock cocaine in a little Ziploc.
What?
Yeah, me and Benny's brother Nathan, we laughing so hard at the table. They put us back in the bullpen, and I went to the pen for that shit.
How much time you get
3
for being?
years.
You did 3 years
I did
for that?
3 years, yeah.
And how old were you when you went in?
I was 40 when I went in. When I went back the second time.
So wait a minute, Moon. Damn. You started back smoking about 25.
Uh-huh.
You smoked for 15 years?
Off and on.
Off and on.
You're right, off and on. I was in a program before with, like I said, with Rick James. Rick James wasn't actually in the program, but he was one of the speakers. He had been in the program. The girl Carrie Fisher that played Star Wars.
So let me ask this question. Why in the hell you from the east side?
Mm-hmm.
They gonna take you to where the rich people is?
Well, my wife's insurance, she had good insurance. And so, right. So they was paying for it.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I mean, I want the best.
Okay.
You know, I'm smoking like the best, so I want the best treatment. And it was like a in-house program.
She was still married to you?
Yeah, she's still married to me. While
She wouldn't let you go?
Yeah, she did. She used that when I went to the program to not really break up with me, but once I got out of the program, we never really clicked again. By then, she had met somebody else, wasn't on drugs and stuff
Straight
like
narrow.
that. Right. And I tell her today, I used to be mad at her and thinking she abandoned me in my time of need like that. But now I tell her I'm proud of her that she wouldn't allow me to bring her down in the gutter that I was in.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And Bob, Bear's brother, I used to be mad at him like, oh, why is all my friends abandoning me when it's in my time of need? I didn't have the knowledge to understand. They just don't want to kill themselves on the installment plan. I can't blame them for not smoking dope. You know what I'm saying? If it's gonna ruin your life.
Do you think you was gonna try to get them to smoke dope?
Well, yeah, because Bob had smoked with me before. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you
and
a
my
question.
wife, and so
let me ask you a question. Did you ever try to get your wife to smoke it?
No, not really. I used to make her smoke weed with me. She wasn't a drinker or a smoker. I used to make her smoke weed with me, like
Why
that.
you wanted her to smoke weed with you?
Just bullshitting, fucking around, But she never was. I never was the type of guy. I didn't know it then that was attracted to the drinker or the broad out there getting high with the fellas, turning up 40s like that.
You was attracted to them?
No, I wasn't. I was more
wasn't.
attracted to the girl, the
square.
the square girls that's going to school.
Right.
The girl that my son by Jackie Walker. She's a RN now. She wasn't out there drinking and smoking and shit like that. She was going to school. She got a place over here got her own house, got duplexes that she rent out. My ex-wife, the one I said I used to try to get smoke weed, she owned apartments and duplexes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Is that right?
Yeah, so
Good
after they got rid of my ass, they got money. They went on up. And now, yeah.
Right. So Moon, you in jail, right? Mm-hmm. You go in.
Right.
You doing 3 years.
Uh-huh.
You wasn't gangbanging.
No.
So how did you survive and through them 3 years? You went to the pen, right?
Right. I survived with a physical program and talking to people that knew some of the people I knew on the street or knew about some people, and I met some people up there. And
why nobody ever wanted to try Moon, man?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Just gave him a pass.
Well, I mean, I didn't. We had a couple of riots, and stuff like that. I called out one dude that my homeboy, Benny's brother, Shitty Bill, Nathan. Me and him was in the same pen, so I was getting weed in the pen, right? And so this guy that I came from L.A. County with. We had went to court together, and we was in L.A. County together, so we became kind of close, right? Mm-hmm. And we went to the pen together. Mm-hmm. He was on the same bus. So when I was getting this weed, I was going over there to smoke it with Benny's brother. We in the pen now, but he tells me, oh man, you need to smoke that with me, and started getting an attitude because I didn't smoke it with him. And I said, man, fuck you. This is my homeboy. You don't tell me what the fuck to do. I was finna get on with him, but he didn't want to get out. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to get out. But this was a black on black thing. You know what I'm saying? But man, you don't tell me what the fuck to do with my shit. You know.
So other than that, you ain't never had no confrontation.
No, I didn't have no confrontation. I didn't mess with nobody either. You know, but I had my little shank and shit. If
you did have your shank?
Oh hell yeah, shit! You better have one.
Huh?
When the shit go down, it's time for you to get down. You know,
what?
If you just sit back and you don't get involved, guess what? They gonna get your ass.
Is that right?
Shit. When the shit's going down, even if you got a Mexican friend, you and him might have to get on against each other. Even though you and him talk, you know, and y'all cool together, when the race ride start, if you and him come to face, you got to try to stab him, he got to try to stab you.
Is that right?
Yeah, because it's a racial thing in the pen. Yeah. Even if you and him is cool.
Right.
That's the way it goes.
When it go down, it go down.
Prison politics.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Moon, check this out, man. Okay. You getting ready to get out, right? Mm-hmm. How did you meet that white lady?
The way I met her was through T-Mac's brother.
Hold on.
You know who T-Mac is, right?
I know who T-Mac is.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a white woman before that?
Not really.
Well, okay, so no.
No.
What made you start looking at her?
Well, she was thick. She had a badass body, and she was the only one in the neighborhood. And I seen her a lot before came back to the neighborhood. My mama and them used to watch my son, right?
Right.
And when I would come to pick him up in the evening, I saw her one time in the store. And hey, how you doing? And I noticed she wouldn't speak. She wouldn't say nothing, or she would. If she did, it was like, oh, how you doing? And I said to myself, oh, Caleb got her trained. Right?
So how you think you gonna come up on Caleb's girl?
Well, I didn't think. I'm just gonna see if she gonna talk, right? And I found out she wouldn't. But it's one thing I know about women.
What?
That is, if you tell a woman, you know what? I heard something about you, they gonna wanna know what it is. Women are curious. If you tell a woman, oh, I heard something about you, what you hear?
So let me ask a question. So you had your eye on her?
Right.
Not just in the store.
Well, in the store that day, but not really, because I didn't live in the neighborhood.
Oh,
but when I would come to the neighborhood and see her, I'd have my eye on her then.
So she was on your radar?
She was, on my radar then, but I knew who she was.
You knew who she was?
Right.
I mean, did she know you?
No, she didn't know me.
But you knew who she was?
Right. I knew she was trained too.
She was trained?
Right.
How you gonna get her untrained?
Well, I didn't know how, but I knew a woman is curious. And I know when you say you've heard something about her, she gonna want to know what it is. I didn't know it at the time. She had slipped up and was messing around with Porky. You know Porky and Smokey?
Yeah.
Okay,
So she slipped up.
Right.
And messed around.
With Porky. I was in the pen at the time.
What time was this, man?
This was in 90.
You had just...
this was in like 93, 94.
Did you go back again?
No, I went to the pen twice. But this one I was in the pen when she had...
The second time?
Yeah, the second time when she had messed around. Although I didn't know it, she had messed around. See? So when I made that statement to her, I heard something about you, she thought I was talking about that. But I wasn't. I was just making that shit up.
Okay. But you had your eye on her. Did you want her?
I wanted to have sex with her, yeah.
Is that it?
I thought, that was it for then. I thought,
So in your mind, you just wanted to have sex with
right.
her. You wasn't going to try to...
No, I was going to try to, but she's the one that told me she's not going to leave Caleb. She's the one that put the limitations on it, not me.
So how did you end up hitting it?
Once I told her that I heard, we started talking on the phone and...
Wait a minute, man. You got her number?
Yeah, we exchanged numbers.
Nice.
When I got out of the pen the second time, and I'm buffed like I told you.
You buffed?
I'm buffed. And I got on the wave cap. With the waves, you get seasick. This shit is so wavy. And I'm buffed, and I'm jumping out the IROC going in the store, and she see me, and I say, hey.
She broke the code.
Yeah, she broke the code. She broke the code
And gave you the number.
Gave me the number. And once we started chopping it up and shit, and she saw the way I was living, going back and forth to the skating ring, and had the weed sack. And
wait a minute, what?
Yeah, had the weed sack.
Who had the weed sack?
I had the weed sack and the cocaine sack too for a minute.
Wait a minute, you ain't never revealed that.
Oh man, look, I'm telling you, I've been on both sides, the smoking side and the serving side. Look, his brother, Bill and Gooch, we used to get high together.
What?
Yeah, me, Bill, and Gooch, we all, and they told me, they said, Moon, stop smoking. They started getting their money. And I saw them coming up with trucks and motorcycles and all. And they would say, one day, me and the white girls on the bus stop on Manchester, and Bill and Gooch pull up in the truck and say, Moon, didn't I tell you, man, you better stop smoking that shit? Where you going? They put us in the truck, drop us off at home. And I tell Butchie, Bear's cousin, I say, man,
don't say Butchie.
I'm tired. Look, I'm tired of being broke.
Hold on, man. Hold on,
well,
man.
they call him Butchie too.
Well, they call him Butchie.
Yeah.
Well, we want the people to know there's another Butchie out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I tell him, I say, man, I'm tired of being broke. And
so wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Y'all on the bus stop together?
Yeah, me and a white girl. This is after I meet her and move in, and she move in with me.
Wait a minute, man. See, man, look here, man. You start talking to her on the phone.
Right, we start talking on the phone. And
she's still with Caleb.
She's still with Caleb.
How did you get her from up under him?
I don't know how she got from up under him, but what she did first, she would come to my house and act like she's renting a room from me. And I would tell her, I said, Caleb, no, you ain't renting no damn room. Because I was selling dope at the time. I started getting money then, right? And I was going to skating ring too. But when she told me, she said, I'm never leaving Caleb, right? I told her, I haven't asked you to leave nobody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask you to leave. But she liked the lifestyle I was living.
And what kind of lifestyle was that, man?
I was riding around in the IROC, smoking chronic, going to the Santa Monica Pier, leaving the neighborhood. She couldn't do that. See what I'm saying?
She couldn't do that with him?
No, she couldn't do that with him because he had her on lockdown. You can't leave the street unless I know where you going, unless this, unless that. So she couldn't do that, but I was still doing it. So when she told me she's not leaving him, okay, well, you know, I'm still going to do what I do.
Okay, so check this out. She's going to tell him, I'm renting a room for Moon.
Right.
What kind of sense is that?
Look, and I told her, that ain't going to work. He going to know that's bullshit. You know how they have a comedy on where...
I'm renting a room for Moon?
You know how a picture, say if you have a picture of your wife in a room and all her, you know, stuff like that, right? And then she leave and you put the other girl's picture up, right?
Yeah.
She had my house set up like that, where when Caleb wasn't coming over there to see it, she had pictures of me and her sitting on the table, and I'm at the skating ring trying to get with another broad, right?
Wait a minute. When Caleb would come over,
right? He wouldn't come. I mean, he wouldn't come over my house that much, but he would come. He came a couple of times just to see her because she was supposed to be renting a room. You know?
And who pictures would be?
Before he got there, she would have my pictures up there. But when he come to the door, she would try to switch that shit around. And I would tell her,
in her room.
Right. And I would tell her, don't you know he gonna catch your ass? He gonna crack your ass. And she would say, oh, okay, all right.
So hold up, man. I gotta go back.
Okay.
Y'all just talking over the phone.
Right.
Where is she staying at that time?
She's staying with him.
How's she gonna just move from with him and move with you?
That's what I asked her. That's what I asked her. And look, this was
how's she gonna convince him I'm gonna leave your house?
She ran away from home and run over across the hooper to my house.
Is that what happened?
And look, I'm selling at the time, and when somebody come to my gate, and come, she'd go out there and serve them. And I would tell her, I say, don't you know them people you going to serve gonna run over there to Caleb and tell him, guess who's over at Moon's house selling dope? Because Caleb gonna give him another piece. She said, oh no, and finally he found out. I even went and told him one time that, man, she's hanging out over there, man. If you don't do something, man, you know, I'm gonna hit, you know, but, you know, and then the way me and her split up, I met another girl at World on Wheels. And you know, it's nothing like a black woman to hate to see a brother with a white girl. I told her, you know.
Wait a minute, man. Now, talking on the phone, she find a way to move with you. He ain't stupid, man. You think he ain't think you gonna hit it?
Right, no, he know.
You want to hit it even before she moved it.
Right. She would tell me, listen to this is how crazy it is. She would tell me, even though she's living with me, I'm going over there I gotta have sex with Gay. I said, okay. And it went like that.
So was she giving you some too?
Yeah, both of us. But, yeah, both of us. But I still hadn't stopped trying to meet another female at the skating ring. Even though I'm still seeing her and she's living, I'm still trying to crack one at the skating ring.
So you seeing her, it wasn't no commitment.
Right, well, she's living with me, and, you know, when I'm not at the skating ring, me and her's getting down. But I'm still trying to meet one at the skating ring because of that statement she told me, I'm never leaving him, see? So I never stopped trying to meet another female.
Right.
And once I met that other one, she wanted to come by the house and see how I'm living. Now I got to relocate the white girl. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she said she's not finna stop seeing Caleb.
Okay.
What you gonna relocate her for?
Because now I'm gonna relocate her to Riverside. You know what I'm saying? Because the girl at the skating ring wanna come by my house. You know, by this point, her and Caleb had kind of like stopped it. You know what I'm saying? Had stopped. She reneged on that statement about she's never leaving Caleb. And she got to the point where she wanted to be exclusive with me, right? But by then, I had met the other sister. See what I'm saying?
So when did she say she wanted to be exclusive?
After I had met the other girl, you know what I'm saying?
Afterward.
Right, it was after that. You see what I'm saying? It was after that, if I'm not mistaken. You know?
Well, why, when you met the other girl, why you didn't send her back to Caleb?
Well, I can't send her nowhere.
You didn't want to send her.
No, I can't send her nowhere. She's the one that made the decision.
I know.
Where she wanted to go. And she's the one that chose, instead of going back to Caleb over there on 84, she wanted to move to Riverside because her family was from Riverside. Her brother had...
So let me ask you a question. Who got the spot?
In Riverside?
Yeah.
She did.
Oh, she went down there
Yeah,
and
she
the
got
spot
the
was
spot.
in her name?
Yeah, it was in her name. She had a spot where she was paying only $15 a month, Section 8.
Okay, so now after that happened, were you still going down there hitting it?
Yeah, I was coming to Riverside visiting. And
was she your woman?
Yeah, she was. She was in Riverside. But I was commuting back and forth.
Well, you were doing a lot of driving.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of driving.
Because you got used to that.
Right, I got used to it. And the way I got...
You got used to that white
commute.
meat.
Right. yeah, but it's all pink on the inside. It's all pink on the inside.
Right. But so y'all had really gained a relationship.
Right.
And then that regular relationship turned into love.
Yeah.
Right?
It did.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way things happen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Did.
You know?
Yeah,
so did you ever move down there?
I moved down there not because I wanted to. Like I say, she was living in Riverside, and I went to Riverside to visit her. It was a white guy, called himself Rob Dog. And the brothers in Riverside is different than the brothers in South Central, right? And this white dude, he was on speed. people told me, man, you shouldn't give him your money because he might run off. So I told him, look, man, just give me the weed. Don't run off with my money. He said, oh, man, I ain't going to run off. So I told him, man, you can't fuck me but one time. So, oh, man, I ain't going to run off and I ain't going to do that. He wound up running off. Mm-hmm. So he messed with some brothers down there in Riverside, and we was living in this apartment building called Cape Cod. So when I saw him, I tried to throw him off the second-story balcony. And her brother and these other two brothers that he run with came over there and said, oh, hey, Moon, leave him alone, leave him alone. So I said, hey, man, are you going to give me the money that he ran off with, my money? And they said, no. I said, well, don't tell me who to leave alone. Mm-hmm. You know, if you ain't going to pay his debt, don't tell me who the fuck to leave alone. Mm-hmm. So I said, man, I'm going to give you 30 days to come up with my money. And he said, oh, man, I'm going to sell some blood. I'm going to do that. Okay, whatever. And after the 30 days passed...
Sell some what?
He said he going to sell blood. That's what a lot of dope fiends do.
The plasma.
Yeah, sell the blood. So he said, I'm going to do it. I said, I don't even care, you know, just after that time, just have my money. 30 days passed, and it was in the summer. We out in Riverside by the pool and stuff. And so I said, hey, man, you got my money? He said, no. And before the O is out of his mouth, I done 1-2'd his ass. I stepped to the side, and I brought the left hook like that, and I was going to bring this right back to his snot box. But when I brought this one up, right under here, he was out. And so I didn't want to smash his face in because there's too many people watching because it's in the summer. So I started slapping him, and it sounded like a 22 going off. Pow, pow. And the manager ran down there and said, come on, man, you going to kill him. But I had kind of zoned out. Because when I tell you don't do something to me and you do it anyway, it's kind of like you saying, fuck you. Right. I don't care what you told me not to do. I'm going to do it anyway. So I zoned out. And I didn't see the blood. And so they pulled me off of him. We walked him back to his apartment. His mama said, oh, what happened? I said, he ran off with my money and I knocked his ass out. And when I see him, if he don't have my money, I'm fucking him up. So his mama said, well, let me pay you. Okay. She gave me the money. I go back to her apartment. Ooh. Here comes the police.
Oh, man.
Right. Gaffled me up. Tried to give me 8 years for that shit, right? Yeah. I negotiated that shit down to 90 days in jail. Went and did the 90, and I never told them about the address in L.A. Since I knew I was going to do the 90 days, I rented it out, the place in L.A., see? And I just let them think I live with her. So once I did the 90 days, I got out and act like I was living with her, found a job that I wasn't even looking for. That's why I never went back to L.A. Because I found a job paying $20 an hour under the table, never went back to L.A. And I never gave them the address because I didn't want them to know I had another place to run off to.
So you seen her in the store.
Uh-huh.
You moving back and forth. You seen her again.
Mm-hmm.
You got a number. Mm-hmm. Start talking to her.
Right.
What made you keep doing that?
What do you mean? She looked good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You never seen her? She looked good.
Well, it was two of them.
Right. I ain't talking about the little skinny one.
No, not the little.
No, I'm talking about the thick one.
Oh, yeah.
No, I ain't talking about the little skinny one.
Oh, yeah, she was nice.
Yeah.
So that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one everybody was trying to get at.
And you got it.
Yep.
Well, look at it.
Yeah, I got it.
You had a plan.
I didn't really have a plan. I just had, I had cap. I had bullshit that I was feeding.
I thought that was D-Mac's girl.
No, D-Mac had the skinny one.
Oh.
D-Mac had the skinny one, One time, I'm going to tell you a story.
I wonder where in the world did they get them girls from?
I don't know, but the one I had was from Riverside. I'm going to tell you, this is what she told me. This is how she met Caleb. Her own father messed with her because she was well-developed when she was 12 or 13. So she run away, right? Ran all the way to L.A. That's how she met Caleb. And Caleb's mother took her in and showed her about being on her period and all that stuff. She told me this personally. Once she got comfortable in L.A. with Caleb and them, she called her mother, and her mother came to L.A. over there and saw her and saw that she was being taken care of and, you know, everything was good. And so instead of going back, she stayed. Mm-hmm. She stayed, you know.
What about T-Mac's girl?
Oh, I don't know where he met her.
Oh, they wasn't no
right,
kin.
No, they wasn't no kin.
Oh,
no,
were they friends? No.
Yeah, they got to be friends, I guess, by Caleb and T-Mac being brothers.
Right,
you know?
right.
But they wasn't, you know, I don't know where she's from.
Right.
You know, but they wasn't, you know, before that, they wasn't like friends, you know. So.
Wow.
But
so when did you know that you had deep feelings for her?
I think one time when after she said she wanted to be exclusive or something like that, I think one time I had got her some Valentine, a little teddy bear or something like that. We were smoking too, and she went over.
She was smoking.
Yeah, I started her smoking.
You did that?
I started her smoking, man.
What you do that for, man?
I regret it. I didn't mean to. When I first got with her, I was balling. Then I started getting too confident, and I twisted up a Primo, smoking Primo. And I never forget, she came in the room and said, "What the hell are you doing?" And I said, "I'm tripping out." And she said, "Let me see what that shit is like. What make y'all act so crazy?" And
well, what the hell if it's making you act crazy?
Right.
Why the hell you wanted it?
And she did it. She didn't really like it at first, right? I never forget, man. One time we was up for like a week and we smoking. After you've been smoking a week, he did tell you it don't get you high no more. It just keeps you awoke. And we smoking, and we've been up for days. And we at my house, and me, her, and the other white girl is there. And Bud, I don't know if you remember Bud.
Yeah, I remember Bud.
Right, staying on the corner.
This was over on Hooper.
Right on Hooper. We smoking. It's like about 3 o'clock in the morning. She falls out and goes crazy like, and starts screaming and sit down on the floor and backing up like the exorcist is in her, right? I called 911 because I don't want her to die. Paramedics come in and they looking at the house. They see it's a dope house. I said, I'm telling you, look.
How
Because
they know?
you got screens and pipes and pushers all over the house, you know, and so they see that and they know what we doing in there, and they see these two white girls. I asked her, look, why don't you go to the hospital just in case? And she said, oh, no, I don't want to go. Just let me smoke some weed and that'll calm me down, right? From being up and smoking cocaine. So she's smoking the weed and then she's calming down. So I say, well, what happened if you need him to come back? So the paramedics tell me, if we come back, we coming back with the police, just like that. And we bring the police. So Herb, the next day, Herb asked me, he said, Moon, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know that girl can't smoke like us. We've been blasting her, you know, she can't smoke like us. Why you do that to her? And I said, man, it wasn't me doing it. They the ones that had the money. They the ones that was buying it. I'm just running to go get it. And he said, man, that's because you know they can't smoke like us because we used to be up for days smoking, blasting off and shit.
Who used to be up for days?
Shit, me, Herb, Worm, all of us.
Worm too?
Man, shit. Worm, look, Worm would tell you. Big Worm would tell you. Me, Herb, and I tell you, man, I done been on missions with a lot of these that's been doing the podcast. I done been on missions with them.
They've been on missions?
Done been on missions with them, man. I done got TVs, and I used to get TVs, and you know what an impact gun is? How you take the lugs off? I used to get them brand new interstate batteries. What else? Food. I had food. I had everything. Frito-Lay make. You know, out of a Frito-Lay truck, man. I was wild, man. I was wild.
Moon.
Man, I was wild.
So
man.
look, Moon. So you meet this girl down at the skating rink.
Uh-huh.
And she want to start visiting.
Right.
Were you smoking then?
No.
Oh, you done got it together.
Right, I done got it together.
You done got it together.
Right, yeah, I done got it
But you
together.
got the girl at the house.
Right.
Was she thick then?
Yeah.
Huh?
She never did get thin.
Never?
Until she got cancer, but for us when she was sick, she never did get thin. Never.
So you moved her on out there, and so you were seeing this other girl. Mm-hmm. Did you start going with her?
I was seeing both of them for a minute. The black chick from the skating ring, she wound up moving to another state.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and then it was just me and the white girl, you know.
So, man, how was you handling both of those women, man?
Taking a lot of vitamins, training, and you know what I'm saying? That like that. You know, when you got stamina, you know what I'm saying, you can handle it. Mm-hmm. You know, and I would tell after I finished having sex, I would go work out then, and they would say, "Well, what you doing?" I would tell them, "I'm putting back in what I shot up in your ass." Yeah, I gotta put that back in. Because I feel like Samson, you done cut my damn hair.
So after that, you will still go and work out?
Yeah. I do that right today. If I have sex today, I'm going to work out. Because I know I got to put that back in. See, and I know I'm building up stamina. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? So I'm not one of them guys that like, oh, it's over. You know what I'm saying? I can just hit one time. I got to at least hit twice. You know what I'm saying? So I know working out gonna give you stamina.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what stamina mean? Lasting power.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm about. So I go in training for girls. So when I do that pole vaulting, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's all right.
Right. Yeah.
Man. So Moon. How long have you been clean?
Oh shit, about 4 or 5 years, maybe 7, something like that, maybe more. You know,
you really don't even know.
Right? No, you know, I stopped. I never forget the last time that I did it. I was crawling on the floor and picking up shit off the floor, and I started thinking to myself. I said, "Is this fun? Am I having fun?" And I'm sweating and, you know, and got bullshit in my hand that ain't dope. And I said, no, this ain't fun. So why am I spending my money not to have fun? Mm-hmm. And I said, I can't do this shit no more. So I stopped.
So do you still go to the skating rink?
Oh yeah. I go Thursday and Sunday. I got video of me skating with a walker. You know, I'm going to show it to you when we finish. And the girls at the skating rink me say, "Oh, you don't need that." Now, my comeback is, "You going to hold me up, baby?" And some of them say, yeah.
So when did you start using the walker to skate?
When Bear passed, me and Bear used to go out. Bear, I lived in Riverside, and Bear was, you know, I would come from Riverside, and I would pick Bear up, and Bear was sick at the time, and I would tell him, "Man, you my homeboy. I'm not going to let you lay up here and die without us going and have some fun." Yeah. So I would come from Riverside, pick him up over there on 84th. We'd go to World on Wheels, and then I'd drop him off, and then I'd go back to Riverside. But I would tell him, "Man, I'm not going to just let you lay up here and die. No, we're going to go out and have some fun, you know, before you check out."
Yep.
And, you know, and that's what
he used to go with you.
Right. If you my friend, that's the way we get out. You know,
wow.
Bear done looked out for me, man, and when nobody else did. See what I'm saying?
Back in the day.
Yeah. I remember I was all smoked out one time, and Igor and some other people, "Oh man, look at Moon, he all fucked up." Bear said, "Moon, come here, man." I went down there and he said, "Here, man, take your ass home." You know, just gave me something, told me, and so I remember stuff like that. Eddie Miles is another one that said, "Here, Moon, take your ass home." Don't, you know. And so I remember that. And they did it out of love, not out of no scandalous shit, you know what I'm saying? So I remember that, you know.
Right.
And anybody that did, you know, when I was in my time of need, you know, I don't forget that. So if you got a problem with somebody, I got a problem with them too. You know.
Eddie Miles still living?
No, he passed. You know. But he had some issue at the skating ring one time, and I told him, man, if they got a problem with you, they got a problem with me. So I grabbed the nigga at the skating ring for tripping one time. A lot of guys at the skating ring like to floss in front of women, right? When he would skate by me, he would kind of push me to the side or like touch me, and I would tell him, man, look, you don't have to touch me. I'll move over. I'll get out your way. So he said, oh, man, you just can't skate fast as me. So I ain't tripping. So I told him, man, you don't have to touch me. I'll move. He did it again. I went over there. He was like a little, where they have them little corners at World on Wheels. He was in one of them little corners. So I grabbed him in the car and I'm finna fire. And 80 Miles said, no, man, they're going to put you out. So I told him, nigga, don't stop touching me. Don't put your hands on me. And so he stopped. I'm sitting in the middle about 3 months later.
Yeah.
And I see him skating around with this girl. And I see him pointing over there at me. What's this nigga doing now? So I take my skates off, right? I say, hey, man, come here. So I say, man, look, since me and you had that incident, you haven't heard me telling nobody about, oh, me and him got into it or I this or that. None of that, right? I forgot about it, right? He said, yeah. So I said, well, why you pointing me out to some bro? Oh, here you go. So I said, man, oh, no, that's all right. You know, because I would say, fuck all this. I'm finna get banned from the skating rink.
Right.
You know, because I done told you once, stop fucking with me over dumb shit. You know, so I'm not trying to punk you or nothing like that, but why are you telling some broad about me? I ain't telling nobody about you. You know?
Do you think you still want to hit on them broads at the skating rink?
Me or him?
You.
Oh, I know I do. Brown, do you know, I don't know if you know this or if you think this, they say when a man stop desiring a woman, he ain't going to live too much longer.
He on his way out.
You on your way out.
Is that right?
Yeah, when you stop desiring a woman, you ain't gonna live much longer.
That's
real talk. That's real
so
talk.
when they say, you know, I still desire. And I tell them, I say, you know what? I might not have 20/20, but I ain't Ray Charles either. Leave them damn lights on. I like to feel and like to see, you know, because when you stop that, it's over for you. Stop busting a nut. Or stop trying to.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna say what one of Petey partners said. He 92 and he's still trying to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know.
He give his thing a party.
Yeah.
You know, man, I don't want to go where he went. Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, you know what? Some of the women don't look desirable at this stage, right? So Bear would tell me, he said, man, a nigga don't need no Viagra. He just need a different bitch.
That's what Bear was saying.
Right. Yeah. He just need a proper broad.
Yes,
and that same one you've been having with all that fat around the stomach and missing teeth and hair, all that, you know what I'm saying? You ain't attracted to that.
So Moon, how did Bear pass?
He had a heart attack. He had an enlarged heart, you know, and I think his nephew found him, you know.
Is that right?
Tehran, Verdina's son.
Yeah, Verdina.
Yeah, Verdina's son, and you know, that fucked me up, man. You know, because I never thought that he would, you know, just pass like that.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't sick, and then you know, a person that you think you know they're not in the best of health,
Right,
but
right.
they just go to sleep and they don't wake up.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but that's how you don't have to be sick. That's how God works sometimes. You can be a kid and not wake up in the morning. That's why people get on their knees and pray that they wake up in the morning. You know, because tomorrow ain't promised.
Right.
You don't have to be sick. You don't have to be old. You know, you can just go to sleep and don't wake up in the morning.
So let me ask this question. It's going back. Back when you was getting high, who hated to see you coming?
Everybody. Everybody. Except the people that was begging. You know, then they hate to see me coming.
Hate to see you coming.
Yeah, but I wasn't coming with crumbs. See, I didn't come with no crumbs, no nickel split 3 ways. If I can't, no, I ain't coming with no crumbs. I'm coming with a boulder. You know,
Yeah.
so I can blast off 4 or 5 times or 6 or 7 times.
Listen. So this is not a question most people would ask. But when you were smoking, who had the best? You know, when you know, who would you want to go? You know,
Bill and Gooch and Bear.
what?
Yeah,
They had the best.
they had the best.
Who was that?
Bill and Gooch and Bear.
Bear?
Yeah.
Bear had rocks?
Bear didn't have rock. Bear had powder. But his powder was so bomb, when you shake it up and hit that shit,
It was a bomb.
it was a fire.
So they had the best in the neighborhood.
Right. And Bill and Goose would tell me, Moon, come get some of this money, man. They would tell me, stop that, because we used to get high together. They would tell me, stop that and come get some of this money, man.
You would get high with Gooch?
Me, Bill, and Gooch would
What?
get high together.
But what was y'all getting high on? Free basing?
Yeah, we was basing.
It wasn't rocks.
No, it was rocks, yeah, it was rocks. The freebasing is rock. It was just rocks that was more pure. It wasn't that shit that make you tweak and look out the window. Who was that, you know? It was
So
you
what
could
is
scrape
that,
it
what
off
is
your
that
gum.
Richard Pryor was doing?
Oh, that was freebasing too.
With ether.
Yeah, that was ether basing.
But that wasn't rock, was it?
Yeah, it was rock. Ether
It was?
basing is rock. You
You
just
lock it up.
put when you rinse the pipe out, you put the ether on the mirror and it makes a film, and you scrape that film up from that ether and you can smoke it just like a rock. They didn't sell rocks on the street then.
Right, I didn't think Richard Pryor smoked rocks.
Right, no, he was smoking rocks.
Oh, yeah?
Freebase is rocks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Anytime you hear him saying freebasing, ether basing, that's rock cocaine.
So ether is still
It's still freebasing.
from the rock.
Right. That's
However,
right. That's
Is the
right.
residue or something?
Yeah, it's the residue. It's the residue from the ether. You rinse it with either 151 rum and you put it on a mirror and you burn it. Light it on fire. And the light on fire.
So my thing is, who taught y'all that?
This guy that I said I was smoking with back when I worked at the park, when I first started smoking in 78, he told me. He's the one that told me.
Because
Because
I
I used to
always wondered, who in the world teaching these guys this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So somebody had to keep teaching and then they get it and then they...
Right. I never forget, man, Igor had went to Texas, and I was well into freebasing then, and he was telling me, oh, man, you know how people talk about Texas. Oh, we do it big in Texas. Texas is real big and all that.
Right.
And so I said, man, y'all blasting off in Texas? He said, oh, man, we've been doing that before y'all was even doing it. And I said, really? I said, show me. And he put some powder in a cigarette, right? I said, Negro, that ain't blasting off. I said, let me show you. I put some of that baking soda and water in a hot pot and melted that shit down and dropped a little bit of water in there and let it clink, 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 and dropped it out and cut him a piece and put it on there. And he said, man, I ain't been the same since.
Igor.
Yeah. He said, I ain't been the same since. He told me, he said, Moon, you sprang everybody you see.
Well, he shouldn't have said what he said then.
Yeah, shit,
And
man.
then Creedy and Igor are cousins, ain't they?
Who?
Igor and Creedy.
No. Trinity is Bear's cousin. Yeah, that's
Stay
Bear's
focused
cousin.
over here, man.
Yeah. Trinity is Butchie. He's the one that ain't Butchie.
Look at
Lafayette.
Moon, you stay looking at me, but I ain't that
Oh,
butcher.
no, yeah, I know that.
No.
Right.
We ain't talking about Butchie Brown.
Right.
No.
We ain't talking about Brown.
No.
Woo, Lord have mercy. Jesus. Man, look here, man. They getting a lot. Well, they learn, some people gonna learn what not to do.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they still at it. It just ain't the same.
Right.
You know, it just ain't the same.
Right.
And I believe, you know, I know. I believe that since the drug was different then, they was able to get off. You know, this is what they're giving them now.
Right, it's harder.
Yeah, it's harder, you know, because
It might have fentanyl or meth in it.
they don't know what's in it.
Meth is worse than cocaine, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Meth, crystal meth,
Yeah.
I think it's worse than cocaine. Rock cocaine. that
So,
is.
so my question, Moon, I know, you know, time is rolling. What made you try everything?
You know, I guess my personality or bad, I don't know what it was, hard-headed, all the above, you know, maybe that was it.
When did you realize that Moon is hard-headed?
When my father kept slapping me upside the head and telling me I'm hard-headed, I wouldn't. And when you know you're afraid of your father getting caught and you still do it again, you know you're hard-headed.
Man.
You see what I'm saying? When you got a father that whoops ass, I'm not talking about that once on the ass. I'm talking about slapping you upside your head and whooping your ass when you can't stop crying, one of them,
Yeah,
and
no.
with switches and shit like that. I'm talking about when you ain't afraid of that, you know your ass is bad.
You wasn't afraid of it?
I was afraid when it was happening, but I never thought I was gonna get caught, and I would get caught every time. You know, most of the time, you know. Like I said, I was more afraid of my father than anybody on the street.
Wow.
You know?
So, Moon, now here's just a question. Just want to know. You started smoking weed at what age?
At around 12.
Around 12
Yeah,
years old.
around 12 years old. When they used to sell joints at Drew in the little yellow papers, they used to sell singles for 50 cents a joint.
50 cents a
Yeah,
joint.
50
You never
cents.
met that man, Gangster Frank.
Yeah, I met him. I used to buy weed from him.
Everybody knew
Yeah, I
Gangsta
used to go over there and get weed from Gangster Frank. When he had the long braids and the gray hair sitting over the floor, yeah, I knew his ass. Matter of fact, me and Gangster Frank was in the pen together for a little while.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was attached to me.
Wow.
So was.
So you started smoking weed at 12.
Right.
What was next?
Next was, I think, glue, gas, car thieving.
When did car thieving start?
Around the same time I started smoking weed at 12, 13 years old.
You stole a car that young?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you even know what to do this?
All you need is a screwdriver. You pop that little, in any Chevy, but the old Chevys like 64, 65, they had a little over the keyhole. All you need was a screwdriver. You pop that little thing off, and then you pop that lock out, and you pop the little pin out and stick the lock back in, and you can turn it with a screwdriver and it start up. So, you know, yeah, we used to steal cars all the time. All the time.
At 12, 13.
Yeah.
Real
Man.
talk. That's real talk.
Yeah.
And you tried gas at what time?
Tried gas, sniffing gas.
At what age?
Maybe 14, 15, something.
Gas?
Gas.
Who?
Get to a old car and with a gas tank on it and go like it. And your eyes get real big. You start hearing that electricity go through
Who told you about that?
Well, you know, when we was messing with mini bikes and stuff like that, you know, you inhale the gas and you kind of felt funny, you know. From that, you know, if you inhale some gas, you gonna
From
get a
trying to
different
get gas for the mini bike.
right, different feeling, you know. And so, like I say, gas, glue.
Who introduced you to glue?
Ronnie Irvin introduced me to glue, airplane glue.
What is airplane glue? What
It's like what you put those model airplanes together with, and you put that shit in a paper bag and rub it around, and you on that bag huff a few minutes, and you be fucked up, you know, off glue.
That used to be a Mexican thing.
Right, a Mexican thing. Oh, for F-13.
You did it more than once?
Oh yeah, I did 4 or 5 times. I used to fuck with Ronnie Irvin like that. You know, stayed around there in the Twilight Zone. You know.
So I guess since you in the Twilight Zone, you want to get Twilight.
Right, I mean, we was wild. We was wild.
Young?
young and wild, and didn't know danger of the chemicals
Didn't care.
and the shit that we was doing.
Didn't
care. Like he said. Well, you know how when you're young, you don't think nothing really can hurt you. You know, you do all type of shit.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You know?
Reckless youth.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, hop trains, used to hop trains, going to Roosevelt Park, you know, have rock fights with the people in the factory.
What you going to the park for?
To the swimming pool.
You hop on the train.
You hop the train right there on Firestone and go down to Roosevelt Park right on Native. And if we walk in the train tracks, have rock fights with the people in them factories.
That was the thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, well, I done that, so I'm like,
That was
y'all
the thing
did it
to
too?
do. Yeah, man, that was the thing
Do
to
you
do.
remember when if you on Firestone and you're on the other side of Alameda and the police chase you across Alameda, they'll stop right at Alameda.
Yeah.
They stop at Alameda.
Well, I wasn't running from the police.
Well, I was, and they would. That's why. As soon as I made the Alameda, I knew I was safe.
Dang.
Yeah, and I said that on another podcast, and this dude said, "Yeah, my father used to tell me that when we was raised in Watts, because you knew you were safe then because you was out of Southgate. Once you make it across them tracks on Alameda, you were safe then.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, you were safe then. So
They had a gang called the Spook Hunters. White boys, Spook Hunters.
Yeah, they used to chase us from Southgate, Downey, Huntington Park. We'd be on Stingrays, them little bikes. You know what I'm saying? We'd ride.
And
We
they
was all-
chasing y'all?
Yeah,
Yeah,
chasing.
yeah.
Look, Shitty Bill,
Shitty
Bleak
Bill.
brother, one time that motherfucker snatched a purse with 10 G's in it. You hear me?
Yeah.
10,000.
Yeah.
In
did that?
Inglewood. In Inglewood.
Shitty you.
Yeah, snatched a purse with $10,000.
And got away?
Got away. Bought his mama a car, and everybody on the street bought him Stingray bikes.
He didn't know what he
10
had.
He didn't know what was in there, man. 10 G's.
What?
Yeah.
How old was he?
He was like 8 years old at the time.
Shitty you.
Yeah.
He snatched a purse,
He snatched a purse with 10 G's, man.
and he was only 8?
Only 8 years old.
Shitty
Because
you.
we used to ride the smaller ones on the, remember that banana seat? And they had the sissy bar on the back.
Sissy bar on the back.
Right. So we ride the smaller ones back, riding on the sidewalk and shit like that in Huntington Park, Downey and shit like that. Devil's Dip, we'd ride up
And
to
he
Devil's
was
Dip.
only 8?
Only 8 years
What made
old,
this
man.
young man snatch a purse at 8?
Shit, man. We was bad, man.
Shit,
We the little rascals ain't had
Were
shit
you
on
with
them.
him?
No, I wasn't with him. I wasn't
Well,
with
somebody
him.
was with him.
Yeah, I heard about it, though.
I heard about it, too.
about it. Yeah, I heard about it.
I don't know what that lady doing with that much money.
Yeah.
But
I
she
don't
was in
know.
a white neighborhood. She didn't care.
Right.
She didn't think nobody was going to come over there and do it.
Right.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Man, y'all had an interesting life, young as y'all was, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm telling you, man, we was
Because people don't steal cars like that today.
not like that. It was easier to steal cars
Then.
back then. Because like all you needed was a screwdriver.
I mean, because I was watching a movie not too long ago, a few days ago, New Jersey.
New Jersey Drive.
New Jersey Drive.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand the purpose of that.
Them guys, they was stealing cars and keeping them like they was their cars and outrunning the police. We wasn't outrunning the police like they was doing.
But what
back
is
then.
the purpose of doing that? It just didn't make sense to me.
Good old boy fun.
I guess because if you couldn't afford a car or you couldn't take a girl out in a car, you stole it and, took her out of.
But I mean, look, you seen it. They running from the police in it.
Right. No, I wasn't running from the police.
Risking their life, man.
Right, no, I wasn't doing that. I seen what they was doing.
That's
But I wasn't doing that. If I run from the police, I drive and then jump out and run. But for speeding and trying to outrun them like that and killing myself in the car. No, I ain't doing that. I drive to a certain point where I think it's a fence, a tall fence, then I'm hit that fence.
Running down the neighborhood, just want people to see him.
Right. No, I ain't doing that. No. So
that was a crazy movie. It didn't have no.
Yeah, Heavy D was in that movie.
Yeah, Heavy D.
Yeah, I seen him when he was talking shit. You punks coming down here.
He don't even seem like no gangster.
Yeah, he tried.
Be tough.
Yeah.
Money earned in Mount Vernon. Him and Eddie Murphy, they from Mount Vernon, New York.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So the thing is now, Petey, this is growing up. Did you see how large these guys begin to get lifting weights in the garage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of that started in the garage?
Right.
With Raymond Burns.
Yeah.
With Raymond Burns?
No.
He taught him out.
Right, with Raymond Washington. But he didn't start it, like I said, the one whose garage it was Donnie Boy's. It was his garage, right there by Russell.
Did Raymond have any size?
Yeah, Raymond had size, but he wasn't as...
Cutters.
Raymond was stocky anyway. He was one of them kind of stocky guys anyway, right? And then he did lift weights, but he didn't blow up as much as Boo or as Knife or as Craig or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he was naturally stocky anyway, you know. And I don't think that he took the weightlifting as serious as they did, you know, because he was already scrapping, you know, before they started fighting, you know, before they started lifting the weight. So he already knew how to fight. I don't think he took buffing as serious.
I wonder what made Craig get mad at him.
He said, Craig told me he was playing the dozen, talking about people's mama or some shit like that, you know, joking around or some shit, you know, but...
That's what Paul Field said, too.
Yeah, so, you know, but it is what it is, you know.
And that boy had hands on him.
Yeah.
He was really the biggest in the crowd.
Right, he was the biggest.
Was he the biggest?
He was the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the biggest. Like I said, Donnie Boy was taller.
What about Tookie and them guys?
Tookie started. Tookie wasn't around then. He was around, but he wasn't buffed then. He started after that.
After that?
Right, after that.
Do you think he got as big as Craig?
I don't think he got as big as Craig, no. No. He
What
wasn't
about
as tall as
Jermaine?
Craig
What
either.
about Jermaine?
No.
None of them wasn't big as Monson.
No. But Jamel was big, but he wasn't big as Craig.
He wasn't cut like Craig.
Right. And now Jamel is kind of like fat, like, you know. And say if you don't.
Well, Jamel got to be damn near 70
right,
now.
but the thing is, if you got to keep working out, even if you are 70, if you don't, that testosterone turns to estrogen. So that means your chest turned to titties.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you don't want titties, if you want a chest, you got to keep doing it. You can't stop, or it's gonna turn to like I'm saying, it's gonna give you titties.
Yeah.
So you got to keep going. It's more critical now in your older age that you work out than when you was younger. I tell people right now, I'm training for the Senior Olympics. You know, they say, "Oh, you still training? Hell yeah! What you training for the Senior Olympics?" Because I hit the bag every morning.
Is that right?
Yeah, I still hit the bag every morning. You know, I go 2 rounds on the bag because I know that bag.
The big bag.
The heavy bag. The heavy bag. I hit that for 2 rounds.
You gonna fucking mess around and break your wrist, man.
How am I gonna do that?
I don't know.
I know how to make your wrist stiff. I got bag gloves, and I don't need no hand wraps because I know how to hit it. See, so I hit that bag for 2 rounds. I go 3-minute rounds, and I rest for 1 minute.
Will it make you sweat?
Yeah, it make you sweat. Then I go to the stair stepper. On that stair stepper, it's a monster. You know what I'm saying? I do that for 5 minutes to 6 minutes. Then I get on the treadmill for 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Then I go and put my feet up on a tire and do 50 push-ups with my feet elevated. Then I go do some pull-ups. So that, and the next day I do curls or back arms, but I do the same routine. I do the bag every day, and I do the sit-ups and the walking and the treadmill and the stairs every day. Every day. People say, well, when do you take off? I take off when I'm dead.
Wow.
Yeah, because I eat every day, so I'm going to work it every day. You know, that's my philosophy.
No, that's a good philosophy,
Yeah.
man.
That way you don't get lazy.
Young men shouldn't, young and old need to hear that.
Yeah, because like I'm telling you, man, if you want quality of life, you hear people talking about that when they older, quality of life. If you want that, you better start doing something to make quality.
Gotta stay active.
You got to stay active. If you don't, you're going to be sitting around walking with a wheelchair or laying up in some bed or legs hurting, can't walk, and can't, you know? And I ain't going out like that.
No, man. How old are you now, Mo?
I'm 73.
73.
Yeah, I'm 73,
Yeah,
and I
okay,
ain't on nothing but THC.
He a month older than me.
Yep, January 1st, 1953.
February 20th, 1953.
Yep, and like I say, I'm not on no prescription medication.
Me neither.
I'm on THC.
Weed.
That's it. And CBD. That's it.
I wonder what is that
I'm
CBD?
on VJJ.
Yeah, that's it.
I wonder what is that CBD?
The CBD is what keeps you from feeling the pain. It's what deals with the
That's
pain.
cannabinol. That's
The
oil from the marijuana.
Right. And see,
Oh, yeah?
if you notice, a lot of people, when they got a bad shoulder or leg, they rub CBD oil on it.
Yeah.
See? Because that has, marijuana has that ingredient in it
THC.
to stop pain.
Yes.
You know? And so CBD is one of them. So I tell people, I smoke my CBD. You know?
Yeah.
So, and I ain't in pain.
Hey, man, no, you and PD both, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Stay active,
man.
Man, I'm gonna have to
Stay
get
active,
a picture.
Man, I eat good.
Stay active.
I eat filet mignon from Trader Joe's.
Is that right?
Hell yeah, I eat good, man. I don't eat bullshit. I don't eat no goddamn hog head cheese or no goddamn pigtails and all that pig. I don't eat no shit like that.
No, none of that.
Yeah, you
None
gotta
of
watch-
that. I ain't
watch your
ate no
diet.
pork.
Watch your diet.
I haven't ate no pork since 72. Since 1972. None.
1970. Woo, that's a long time.
Yeah. Since 1972. My mama tell me, nigga, you ain't no Muslim. I say, no, I just don't like
Man, that might have been the lifesaver right there.
Yeah, I don't eat no
Since
pork,
72.
man. Really, if you think about it, we don't need meat. The
Yeah.
human body don't need meat.
Fish
and
and
you
pork.
know how I rationalize that? Look at your teeth. Your teeth ain't sharp.
Right.
All the animals that eat meat got
Sure.
sharp teeth. The animals that eat fruits and vegetables and stuff got flat teeth like us.
Yeah.
See, if we didn't eat all this meat and this bullshit, we wouldn't have high blood pressure, diabetes. They want you to eat that because they don't want you to live long enough to collect all your Social Security.
Wow.
They want you to die off quicker.
Wow.
Yeah. They don't want you to live long enough to collect your money.
That's real
Ain't
tough.
that something?
Yeah, but you know what? I want theirs and mine. I'm trying to stay around here for long as I can. You know? Without going out backwards, without being in a wheelchair, without being having a cane and walking bent over, well, fuck that. No, I'm gonna keep skating, I'm gonna keep blazing, I'm gonna keep cracking bitches.
When did you first start going to the skating range?
When I was like a teenager.
Savoy.
Is that right?
Yeah, when I was a teenager, and then in and out of jail, when I got out of jail the second time, Bear told me, man, come to the skating range.
You wasn't never scared that there's some of them gangsters was gonna be up there?
No, hell no. I don't fear nobody, you know what I'm saying? But all they can do, if they got a gun, yeah, they can shoot. But from here, that ain't shit. I can get out, I can get out. Big don't mean nothing because I know if I get to tapping on your ass and you run out of gas, I'm whooping your ass.
They run out of gas. It's
I'm
over.
whooping your ass. That's right. I'm going straight to the body. I ain't just going to the head. I'm gonna go to that midsection where I know I'm gonna sap your gas tank. And once I see you doing that, I'm switching my attack to your head.
Ain't that something? Even in the
right.
boxing ring, boy, they hit you in that liver or whatever.
That's right. I can show you, man, when you step over there, right under that last rib cage, you dig up under there with these 4 knuckles like that, you gonna shit on yourself. You know, you gonna fall to one knee, the fight gonna be over. You know?
I wonder what's that sex, that part of the body, is that the lungs or what?
No, it's not the lungs, it's a liver shot.
The liver.
It's a liver shot or a kidney shot.
Make your liver cook.
Right. Hit you in the liver or the kidney, you know what I'm saying? Knock the wind out you. And you fold up like a cheap wallet.
Not only that,
You know,
solar plexus, right?
Right,
there in the corner.
or right in here, right them solar plexus.
Solar plexus.
You make your knuckle like that and hit right in there.
It's all over.
Right, the fight's over.
Man, so these youngsters need to get it together.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah, they need to get it together, man.
We need them.
Right, we need them. They our future.
Stop killing each other.
Think about it. They our future.
Yeah.
If we don't guide them, think of what the future would be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
If we don't have some more of you, some more Browns, some more me, some more Petey's, you know, to talk to these youngsters
Yes, sir.
and do stuff like this, we in for a rude awakening.
Yeah.
Stop killing each other. Man.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do
And
first.
a lot of times, that's why on this podcast, you may hear us talk about life and things that happen, but we want to keep instilling that we need to help each other.
Unity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Unity.
You know what I'm saying? Just because a brother get up there, don't knock him down.
Right,
No.
right.
No.
Because the reason is, we don't know how many people he helping. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
You know. And sometimes when a brother make it up, he helping a lot of people.
Right, right.
So let's not pull
That's
him
what you
down.
doing. That's
You know
what
what
you
I'm
doing.
saying? Let's not pull him down. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Learn something from him.
Yeah.
But you know, that's one thing that a flaw that our people got. When we see another one of our people making progress, we always look at that nigga. He think he this, he think he that, he think he better. Instead of saying, well, wow, I give him props because maybe I can learn from him how to get to his point.
Right.
Instead of, oh, look at him, he think he this.
Yeah.
You know? Instead of learning from him to absorb the knowledge that he got to get to a higher level.
Crawdad.
Well, what people got to understand is when people do better or start to live a better life, they is going to act better. It's part of what goes with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not going to, you start doing well, you learn to live well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you could, even if you come out of that environment, go to another environment where it's clean and it's this and that. You don't want to dirty it up.
Right.
No.
Right.
No.
But when you used to throwing it out the window, throwing it on the ground, because I have been a product of that myself.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you go to somewhere and you see it staying clean, you don't want to dirty it up.
Right. Right.
You know? So we gotta keep trying to teach one another.
Each
you know
one teach one, man.
That's right.
You know,
right.
and don't look at it as we foolish or anything. You know what I'm saying? Let's take good advice and start spreading it around.
That's right.
We're going for the divide and conquer, man.
Yeah, yeah. I love when I see, older men or younger men and carrying themselves right. And when they get it, learn how to keep it.
Right.
Yeah.
See, because a lot of us get it, you know what I'm saying?
We don't know how to keep
But we don't know how to keep it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's keep, let's keep sharing information.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You got to keep learning, keep maturing, keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Be more optimistic instead of pessimistic.
Yeah.
About things.
Yeah. But one thing I want brothers to start believing in themselves. Is anything that you think you can do it. You know what I'm saying?
You can.
That's like when I was telling you when I seen you, I said, man, I know the guy at the road skating ring want to write a book. But no, you need to put a book and tell your story. Because man, and it can be more than one book.
Right.
Because the first book might be from your childhood to 15. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
The next one might be 15 to 30.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because it's hard to just put all of whatever may
Right.
have happened
Right.
in one book. And that make people just, because
Right.
it's an inspirational story
Right.
of life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't going to live the wholesome life and all the time. And believe it or not, a lot of our rich folks done been through something.
Right.
They didn't, all of geniuses and all of rich folks, they didn't all come up with the silver spoon. Now it seemed like it because that was
Right.
they did it. That was coming behind them is
Right.
just
Right.
knowing how to keep it,
Right.
and they learn it. They keep learning. Man, they learn. There's so much to learn, man. There's so much to learn out here.
Well, you never stop learning. You
Yeah.
shouldn't.
You should never stop.
Yeah, you never should
Yeah,
stop
you know.
learning because nobody knows everything.
No,
No man
So
knows
you can
all.
always learn something. You just got to keep your ears open. Don't talk as much. Listen more.
yeah.
You got 2 ears. You should do
And
twice as
one
much.
thing I want to be able to say to young men, just because you know not the most educated one, you can run with the educated one. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna learn what they learned, and you ain't even got to go through what they
Right.
went through
It's gonna rub off on you.
automatically. You know what I'm saying? So, let's not stay. We got to stay with this certain group of folks all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Branch out.
Branch out. Just come out of that. Come out of them old ways. Get some new ways.
Right.
Moon Man, I'm glad you come on, and because you got so much. It's just people just got to have questions. People get answers through questions.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And we want to keep on having these questions.
Well, any more questions that you have, or that you might have forgot, or you didn't ask, I'm open for it.
Yeah. No, because see what happened after we sit down and talk, and then you go back and and I'm going through the thing. Then there's so many other things you be like, man,
You remember stuff that
you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Why didn't I find out
You should
about
have
that?
asked. Yeah.
Right.
Why didn't I find out
Right. I
about
should have
that?
asked him this.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I was gonna say to any athlete and they young, ask the ones that already
Been through it.
and got it and keeping it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a young man and you really trying, I can't see that they wouldn't want to talk to you. Ask them. They done already did it because, when you hit it, and everybody's after their money.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you ain't going to have none because everybody else done got a piece of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wonder why I ain't got none.
Right.
All this money I done made and I ain't got none because everybody done got a piece of it. Now you look at the pie, you ain't even got a slice. You got a half a slice. And now you done put in all the work, the time, the effort, and they ain't did nothing.
Ain't got you.
They ain't did nothing.
Hustling off your hustle.
Yeah.
You take it
Yeah.
off your hustle.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But until next time, like I say, this is the Brown Neighborhood Podcast, and we here to keep conversations going,
Keeping it real.
keeping it real. And this is, people say sometimes, what is your podcast about? Real life and knowledge that people can learn from.
Right.
So somebody that may think they know it all, you can still learn something from it. You know what I'm saying? Because even when you got it, it's still a struggle.
That's right. That's right.
It's a struggle to keep it.
To keep it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're going to thank God for this Brown Neighborhood Podcast because God is always in control.
Yes, sir.
No matter how good or how bad, he's in control of it all.
Yes, sir. To God be the glory.
To God be the glory. Until next time.